camera?
Yes. Okay, what do we do?
Alright. Welcome to Shadows of Brimstone episode 5. Everybody caught up? You guys were all here for the last one, right? In the last episode,
I think we've been here for everyone.
you guys left Masthead, headed towards Serafin. You met a family on the way that was in trouble. Asked you to help them take them to Fringe. You took them to Fringe and decided to hang around the day for the town. On the way into town, you met a guy selling tonic out of a wagon.
Oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Helped him out with his wagon.
Helped him out of town.
And then you guys decided to visit the assorted shops. You spent about an hour deciding what kind of gear and everything you want. And one of those shops was the blacksmith, where Sarah Ellen had quite the interesting interaction with the blacksmith, which led to his death and the blacksmith shop burning down and people trying to put out the fire. The innocent bystanders watching the thing ran to the sheriff and accused Sarah Ellen of killing the blacksmith, upon which she was led to jail.
She never actually touched him, though. He literally accidentally ran into his own furnace.
Were you there?
No, I'm just saying that.
So you're a poor witness. You're just speculating.
In which case, Immokalee and Mook and Clay decided to stay.
I didn't decide.
We could call you Kelly.
Were requested to stay in town, and Liam and Belle headed for Serafin to finish up the must accomplish in 4 days delivery of the evidence
before the death of the hanging of the brother.
Alright, we're going to pick up in Serafin today. Our adventure will begin with the train pulling into Serafin on that evening. So, you guys left late in the evening, about the same time as the blacksmith events were going down in Fringe, and the two of you end up getting off the train in Serafin. You notice that Serafin's a pretty big town. Normal activity.
Wait, where was this? What was the place we were just at?
You were at Fringe.
Oh. Right.
You are now at Serafin.
Which 3 of us are still at Fringe.
In jail.
And your job in Serafin was
To deliver evidence to the sheriff.
so you guys have like a little locked box.
I want to know what's in it.
And they told you to take that to Serafin, right?
Sheriff.
To the sheriff.
Is that what the sheriff said?
What if it's evidence to frame us to release his brother, so we'll get in trouble for it?
Oh, that would be a really good twist. There is actually a big sheriff's office in Serafin, so that's why they call it Serafin.
Only you.
Nice recovery there, Marshal.
You also
The
notice.
nickname the Outlaws give it, so that way they know to stay away.
You also notice that in Serafin, everybody seems to be really friendly and happy
It's about time.
and jovial. Give me a
It's
second.
one of those creepy things where they're all friendly up front,
What kind of drugs are they on?
but they like secretly kill people and eat them in the basements and stuff.
What?
The people just seem downright happy and unfazed, which just somehow seems wrong in this world. But when we do town events in the city of Serafin, you can take the higher, which in general is better, of 2 rolls instead of just 1. So you'll be able to do more favorable things for town events.
Did you have your cameras turned on, Jim?
Yep.
Check for you.
Is that the town event? Or just the... I think it was town event rolls.
We needed better rolls. Then maybe the blacksmith would
Have all your
die.
rolls, Jim.
I think that was my fault because I had to roll the dice. And they
Town event chart.
Individual places
What?
you were in.
Alright. So, what are you guys doing when you get off the train at Serafin?
Finding the sheriff, probably.
Yeah,
the
finding the
sheriff's
sheriff
office.
and getting that message delivered.
You're not
I hope.
Serafin.
I
Gonna
know.
go straight to the bar and get drunk.
You're in Fringe.
In
Start
Serafin.
another bar fight.
I'm not going to put out the board here, but in Serafin, there's a saloon. There is a blacksmith. Thank goodness.
No, we're
because
not going to
other
the
ones burned
blacksmith.
down.
Oh,
There's a general store. There's a sheriff's office. There's a doctor's office. And talking to the other people on the train before you got off that were also coming into Serafin, they were telling you stories and ranting and raving about the outstanding Indian trading post that's just outside the fence, outside the big,
they're not allowed in.
big city limits there. And that there's a nice Indian trading post where you can get nice stuff.
You're back in Fringe.
I've got the right like keywords to buy stuff from there, but I've also got the wrong keywords and I'm banned from there. So I can buy stuff from it, but I'm not allowed in.
Yeah, you might have trouble getting into the Indian trading post. Okay, so you guys are getting off the boat and going straight to the sheriff's office.
Getting rid of this evidence.
What boat?
And
It's
the
a
train. The
phrase.
train. The train's nickname is the boat.
Really?
You just.
So okay, so you get to the sheriff's office in Serafin there, and you
No.
you knock on the door to the sheriff's office, and he answers the door and says, "What can I do for you?"
Evidence.
Come on,
That
roleplay
word
it.
doesn't mean anything to me.
What
I'm
time
gonna
is
need
it?
a little more than that.
Wait, what time is
He's
it?
not in Serafin.
Yeah, he is.
It's him and me.
You,
It's
you
what
and
time is
Lexi
it?
and me are still back in Fringe.
It is 7 at night at Serafin.
Right, so I'll say evidence to prevent the dude's hanging. I don't know his name.
What are you talking about?
Just give him.
Show him the box.
He says, "I've never seen that box before in my life. I'm gonna need more details."
We came from Masthead, who this guy's brother said he has evidence to prevent his brother's hanging, which is taking place tomorrow, I think.
Oh, okay. So you came from Masthead. I got a telegram from Masthead from the sheriff there, saying that there was a special item being couriered, and upon request of Carson Foles. Is that
was
right?
His name.
Yes.
Yes.
So you're the representatives of the Carson Foles courier with evidence to present in the trial of Big Richard Foles.
Well, I don't know if it's evidence to present. We're just delivering it.
I mean, yeah, I guess. We were just told to deliver evidence. I'm not sure how much we're getting into this.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna need you to keep that box overnight,
What?
and I need you to present that during the trial tomorrow at 8 a.m.
But we don't even know what's in the box.
I don't know what's in the box either. That's why I don't want to have it here where it can get tampered or corrupted or influenced by other people who are keeping an eye on Big Richard. And you see a guy in the cell there as you look past the sheriff, and he's about 6'6" and a pretty big dude. He kind of looks like Napoleon Dynamite. He has kind of like that goofy tossed hair,
Does he have the glasses?
and he kind of has like that silly look on his face, like. But his name is Big Richard Foles.
Does he have
What's
the
he
glasses?
being charged for?
He was accused of killing his wife.
He's accused
Does
of
he
killing
even
his
have a
wife.
I'm
Thought
sure
you
when
were.
I
Well,
called him
yeah,
Richard,
not
he
anymore.
was about 4'8".
No, he's a big, tall, lanky, goofy looking Napoleon Dynamite looking guy.
Does he have the glasses?
He does not have the glasses. Does Napoleon Dynamite have glasses?
I don't know who that is.
I don't remember.
You gotta watch that show.
I don't know that from
It's
you.
hilarious.
So you're asking
Watch it
us,
with me
a bunch of
sometime. I
strangers
love it.
who were asked to deliver a box, to keep the box overnight because you don't want it being corrupted or tainted before the trial.
I have problems with my deputies around here, and it's possible that while I'm gone, one of them could tamper with the evidence, trying to exonerate Big Dick. because
I knew this was coming.
because he's a friend of a lot of people in town.
Okay.
So I got to be careful and keep that evidence.
Doesn't look like a murderer. Just looked
I got to keep that evidence sterilized and out of the hands, so I don't have any people accusing it of being tampered with. The best way to do that is to have you guys sit with it, where I don't even know where it is. Just bring it in the morning at 8 o'clock, and I will present it during the trial of Big Dick.
We're strangers, so we're like impartial. We don't.
And how much are you going to pay us to continue babysitting this?
Sorry, Big Richard. Only his friends call him Big Dick. What'd you say?
I said, how much are you going to pay us to continue babysitting this box?
I'm not paying you anything. The family of the Foles family would be the ones you have to
each.
negotiate
We're
with
getting paid $200 each.
for your reward there.
Doing the right thing is a reward in itself.
Maybe they were contacted by Carson Foles up in Masthead and told that you were coming. You'll find out tomorrow, I guess, at the trial.
Let's go to the hotel then.
Okay, so you guys are staying at the hotel overnight.
Yes.
Safe,
One where you're going.
safer than the campsite.
So you're staying at the hotel instead of campsite. All right. Anything during the evening or during the night that you're doing special?
Gotta get some dinner or something.
Are you gonna carry the box with you?
I'm just gonna go to bed.
You're just gonna go to bed with the box.
Handcuff it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'm gonna hide it in my room.
All right. You're hiding the box in your room, and you're staying with it and overseeing it all night.
Yeah, sure.
Are you two sharing a room?
That's weird.
All right. So we're gonna fast forward to the morning in Serafin. This will be the morning, I think, of the
June 11th.
Take $10 off your thing.
Is that what it is for a hotel room?
Yeah.
That was the 9th, so this is the 10th. You had until the 11th to deliver it, right?
Right. So
Yeah.
this is
So
June
this is
11th.
This is June 10th.
Oh, well, the day of the trial. I thought that we had to deliver it by the day of the trial.
Yeah.
That's okay. I had it in my... We have till June 11th, correct. And if you're having the trial
Because he
tomorrow...
could be being hanged on the 11th, and the trial would be today. So we have evidence that could tip it afterwards, maybe.
Yeah. We'll call the trial going on in Serafin on the 10th.
Yay. Where does a trial take place in a western town?
Aren't we in the
I
middle?
don't think they have a courthouse,
Yeah,
right?
they do.
Sometimes it
They
is.
have little courthouses.
Oh.
Don't worry. I have faith.
For the purposes of this, the trial's being held in the first
Saloon.
floor of the saloon.
When I tell you.
Make better decisions when you're drunk.
Remember, this is a happy town.
They're still always wasted all the time.
All right, so the trial starts off
They
at
found
8
some
o'clock
funny
on the
tumbleweed.
10th.
They were smoking some funny
If you
tumbleweed.
mix up some Darkstone into your alcohol, it really gives.
Order, order. No talking in the gallery.
Eh.
All right, this is the trial of Big Richard Foles, charged of killing his wife. He asked the defense how they pleaded, and they said not guilty. He asked the prosecution to present their evidence. He goes through a long story. It takes about 2 hours. Key elements of the story are that the murder weapon, the knife, was found at the scene of the crime with the blood of it. It was happened at the house, at the Foles residence there, and that Big Richard Foles was nowhere to be found and appeared to have fled the town. There were footprints, but they couldn't be matched to his shoes. The rain had come and washed most of it away, so it was mostly circumstantial evidence. Evidence was further amplified by the fact that when they did find Big Richard Foles, it was a posse that the sheriff had sent out of town, about half an hour out of town, and Big Richard was riding a white Bronco, and he was just going out of town along the street, the path out of town at a really slow pace, riding his white Bronco.
So
They told Foles, "Stop! We're charging. Stop! We need to talk to you." And he wouldn't stop, and he wouldn't listen. He was just riding his white Bronco, really, really slow. It wasn't like he was racing his white Bronco. He was driving his white Bronco down the street and wouldn't listen to
Is
anybody
there a joke here?
or
I'm not
do
getting.
anything. Grandpa's laughing.
Mhm.
So they finally pulled him over on his white Bronco and arrested him and
There's
brought
definitely a
Is he
joke.
wearing gloves?
him back for trial. Okay.
There's definitely a joke here. I'm not getting.
What is it?
So this is just a story. I'm just telling a story. So they finally got him off his white Bronco, arrested him, brought him back to jail, and decided to have the trial. At the end of the prosecution, they present the knife, and all the jury is asked to inspect it, and they say the doctor from the doctor's office says, "Yep, this is the incision, this is the knife, it was guilty, or this is the knife that was used in the murder, and we're sure that Big Richard was the murderer based on how tall he was and how much force he had in the entry wound. There's no doubt that he killed his wife."
How slow is Big Richard?
You mean like mentally?
Yeah.
He's not your brightest brain burner.
He took a lot of.
He
rats
took
to-
during his
rats today.
yeah during his younger years, he had a lot of concussions and a lot of hard impacts. All right. So anyway, the prosecution finishes presenting its case. Then the prosecution asks for the defense. The defense says he's a nice guy, everybody respects him, everybody loves him, he's really friendly and nice, and everybody agrees. There's no argument there. But they say that's not enough evidence. Then the defense says, but his brother Carson in Masthead has sent the evidence that we need. It was couriered here overnight. I need the couriers to come forward. And you guys are asked to come forward to
Hold the
present
box
your
up high.
box. Okay?
Locked box. It's locked.
Yeah.
He says,
Make sure everybody can see it's still locked.
yes, they see it's still locked. They ask, can you verify it's still locked? They say, yep. What's that guy in night court? Moose?
Bull.
They asked Bull to check the box.
Were we ever given a key to the box?
No, you were never given the key to the box.
I
But
have to shoot the lock off.
the defense attorney has a key to the box from where you don't know.
How did that happen?
He unlocks it and he pulls out a bloody glove.
I feel like this would be a lot better if I understood this, but I really don't.
You have to go home and do some Google research after tonight. All right. The defense says to the prosecution, can you confirm that this is the glove that was used? And the doctor looks it over and he says, yes, this is the glove that looks like it was used to hold the knife, has the same blood on it, and this must be the murder glove. And the defense says, we request that Big Richard tries on the glove.
How did the glove get to Masthead?
You carried it to the glove,
It's in
to
the
the
box.
masthead in the box.
But if he was going down the road, how did he get the?
Oh, how did he
the
get it
mur-
to his
the-
brother,
Yeah,
Carson?
how did the glove get from the
Because
guy?
that's where he was from.
I know, but if it has the blood of the person who murdered.
The murder did not occur in Serafin. The murder occurred in Masthead.
Oh.
He was caught in Serafin.
He was caught in Serafin on his white Bronco going really slow.
Oh, I thought it
He
was.
arrested.
I
there.
thought it happened in Serafin.
No, the trial's in Serafin because that's where he was arrested.
Okay, now this makes a lot more sense.
Alright.
Holy so.
So, as you can imagine, there's a big hoopla and everybody's like, he must try on the glove. So Big Richard, being 6'5", has really big hands because he used to throw rocks across the pond a lot for practice, mostly with his right hand. And he threw burners when he threw his rocks.
Is this a baseball thing?
Anyway, Big Richard, let's just call him Big Dick because that's how everybody knows him as. Big Dick tries on the glove and he pulls down the glove and his hand's so big that the glove only fits to like here, and the glove, as much as he tries, will not go onto his hand, and therefore the defense yells, "The glove does not fit. You must acquit." And then he says, "I rest my case." Drops his mic, or drops his
Drops the mic.
drops the mic, walks away, and the jurors are all looking at each other, nodding and everything.
We still don't know who did it.
Doesn't
That is-
matter.
that is
It
true.
wasn't Big Richard.
So, after the jury goes back and deliberates for about an hour, they came back, and Big Dick is found innocent of the murder of his wife. Thanks to you carrying the key piece of evidence, the bloody glove that did not fit his hand. The Foles family comes up to you, gives you a bunch of hugs,
Bloody glove does not fit.
gives you a bunch of hugs, embraces you, says thank you for carrying the key piece of evidence, and they hand out, what did I tell you guys will get paid?
$200 each.
Each? Okay, so they give you $400.
Woohoo!
What about the rest of
Cash,
us?
please.
What rest
Yeah.
of
We
you?
got it. We got it
Tell them that
to
you're a friend.
the Fringe.
But I'm not gonna say. Oh, by the way, we have
Let's
3
see
other
the money.
people we left behind. Can we take the money for them as well?
They give you $400 and say thank you for your work.
You didn't get stuck in frame.
I think we're.
And as the trial of Big Dick Foles.
He left over some suitcases on his way out of the courtroom.
Alright,
So much better if I actually understood it.
you'll laugh tonight when you go home and do some research.
Is it a movie?
Inappropriate.
It was a movie afterwards, yes. Anyway,
real life trial.
okay.
Really?
That
Yes.
ends the trial in Serafin, and what are you guys doing next? It's now about we'll say it's now about 3 p.m. in Serafin.
And what all places are there?
There is a saloon, a blacksmith, general store, sheriff's office, doctor's office, and an Indian trading post. So if you guys want to do a town stay in Serafin and shop the rest of the day and do all that stuff, you can.
I think we should take the train back.
You guys can head back to Fringe and end up in Fringe for the night, staying
For Sarah
overnight.
Allen's trial.
To arrive and meet up with the rest of your gang. You won't be able to do any activity
Yeah.
if you're going to head back to Fringe
I
that
think
night.
we'll head back.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them.
Okay, the only thing I do need you to do is you guys stayed at the hotel, right? So I need you to each pay $10.
We already did that.
Oh, you each took $10
Yeah.
off your thing? Okay.
Did we need to roll for the daytime thingy?
I need you to roll 2d6.
6.
Actually, I don't need you to roll. I need to do the daily event.
You messed up my little.
The same snake oil salesman rides into town with his broken wagon.
To go to the blacksmith
I'd be
office.
like, look.
Because the one he tried to get you burned down.
And then he sees us there and just turns around and rides away again.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
here, here's what you broke your
No,
wheel.
that was good.
Wait, what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. And then finally, to see if there's an event in town. This is your first night in town, so I need you to roll 1d6.
6.
Okay. So there's no event tonight. And then you're going to leave town, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, so you guys are heading back. There is no train that evening. Actually, I take that back. The train goes... You left last evening to get there, so the
Right.
train leaves in the morning to go back to Fringe. So you guys are going to have to ride your horses back if you want to
Uh-oh.
get back to Fringe.
How long of a ride is it?
Where's Fringe? Here's Serafin, there's Fringe. Can't be that long.
Probably a day. Same as a
A
train
couple
ride.
hours, yeah.
train goes. Actually, you know what? We'll say that the train leaves. Yeah, the train goes in the morning east. The train goes west in the evening. So you guys will have to ride to Fringe. You don't need to use the rest of the day to do that.
Okay.
Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I want you to see if you have anything happen to the two of you
Let's see, please don't do that.
on the way back. Do a.
That's fine, but don't move around.
Now I forget how my overland travel works.
Oh, yeah, we have to.
Don't
See if
you
we have
roll 2D100?
You guys aren't going to do any searching or anything like that on the way back, right?
No.
You're expediting your.
Yes. We need
Travel
to get back
back.
to help Sarah out.
Okay.
We might need to bail her out of jail.
I don't think you can bail somebody out on murder.
But she can.
Hey, we just got one murderer off. Or one person charged with murder off.
Because we had evidence.
We don't have evidence for this.
Roll me a. There we go.
What's your name?
William.
Liam.
Where's the wolf in this encounter? I can't remember.
You need to put tabs in your books. Joe?
There we go. Posse rolls to see if it has a wilderness encounter.
We're a posse, not a party. That's cool.
Alright,
Coffee.
roll me a d12.
Awesome.
Or 2d6.
Awesome.
D12.
5.
Nope, okay. So you guys are good.
All that work and nothing happens.
Oh no. That would have been one boring trip.
Actually, I take that back. Yeah, that's fine. Alright. So there's no encounters on the way back, and you guys are not doing any searching. Okay, so you end up in Fringe back in the evening. Okay, during the day in Fringe, this is now rewinding to the same morning of the Big Dick trial. There's now the Sarah Ellen trial in Fringe. 2 trials, 2 locations. That one was handled by the sheriff locally that had arrested Big Dick. This one is handled by the marshal, the regional
It
marshal.
only took him a day to get there?
It only took him a day to you know what? There was the 10th. You guys had to stay in town on the 10th, and then the trial was on the 11th, and then you got back because that's the same day. No, I'll take that back. I'll figure out the days afterwards. No problem.
Does
Anyway.
it make a difference?
No, it doesn't really make a difference. The trial for Sarah Ellen is the big event in Fringe. Everybody turns out. Trials always happen at 8 a.m., of course, in the West. Everybody turns out at 8 a.m., and you guys meet again in the... Does Fringe have a saloon?
Somebody just
I
pull
would
in.
assume so. It had everything.
It does not. You meet at the hotel in
Yeah.
Fringe. Actually, this is a dry town that has a lot of influence. You guys meet at the church in Fringe for the trial.
The church.
Alright, so
What's that?
Nope.
Sure sounded like a car pulled in.
ghost car.
While you guys are there, the Umukli and Clay, is there anything you guys are doing while you're waiting for the trial?
No.
No? Okay.
Just
Yeah, I'm not allowed to see her.
Is there
Am I?
a poker table?
Poker
in
table.
Fringe?
I mean, you won like
There's
4,000.
gambling
Let's-
in everything.
Let's do the trial first, and then you can decide if you want to do activities after that. Okay?
There's a church and a saloon in every town. There might not be anything else, but there's a church and a saloon.
I kind of meant, are you walking around asking questions, doing any detective work or anything like
See if
that?
anybody sees
Not,
anything.
not can you run to the gambling hall right
Can I
away?
explore the broken blacksmith's place?
Sure, what are you looking for?
Wouldn't it be sealed
I want
off
to look
for
for something
evidence?
that might have caused the blacksmith's craziness.
Okay, so you go out to the blacksmith's office. Are you going like out overnight, or are you going in the morning? Are you trying to hide about it, or are you trying to be...
No, I don't
Just
want
see
to
what you
look
see.
sneaky.
Okay, so you're trying not to look sneaky. This little Indian girl just walking down the street towards the burned out blacksmith office. Okay, you get there and you see two deputies with rifles at the blacksmith office, or the blacksmith shop. And they say, hi little girl, what can we do for you?
Would you mind if I took a look at inside?
And they said, yep, you can't climb inside. That's part of the evidence for the trial.
Can I just look can I like walk around the building and look at
Yep,
it?
you can
inside?
walk around and look what you want, but do not touch and do not go inside the black and yellow spray paint that we... I think it's named spray paint. The black and yellow rocks that we've lined around the blacksmith office.
The bales of hay that we
that where we wrote that piece of paper that says "Do not cross."
You just say don't enter the.
Okay.
All right, so you do that. You spend an hour looking around, hoping to find anything you can, and you come up empty-handed.
Just ash.
Kevin?
You do, however, see the little girl that you noted that you brought home from the wilderness to Fringe.
You use
The
them
day
as
before.
witnesses. I mean, use them to.
You're
like,
not allowed to help her talk. You're not allowed to help her out. You're in Serafin.
I'm actually riding back.
You're on the train, or you're riding back on your horse. So you do see that little girl.
Can I talk to her?
Well, you can, yeah. Are you going to?
Yes.
All right.
Oh. Let's see. I'm trying to think of something.
She walks up to you and she says, "Hi, my name is Cindy Mai. Thanks for bringing me home yesterday."
Sounds like Mickey Mouse.
That is a pretty good Mickey Mouse.
Can I ask you a favor? Or can you take me to your parents?
You want me to take you to my parents?
Yes, please.
Okay. Follow me.
Oh God.
Your leader.
And she says, she brings you along out just outside of town. You notice on one side of town, there's big field of clover. Okay.
Can I find a 4-leaf?
Well, that's not the way you're headed. Over there in that big there seems like there's two big plains areas. One's a big field of clover,
They sell all their weed to Serafin. That's why everyone's so happy.
and then on this other side, almost like splitting the town in half, like all this big clover fields out here. Clover field, get it? And then on this other
I
side
don't get
is a
it.
bunch of big poppy fields. You recognize like little pink flowered poppies. And she leads you over there towards that side of the field, and you see kind of what looks like a little shanty town. It's not really run down, but it's kind of small. Over on the clover field side, you don't see anything at all, just clover. But on the poppy side, you see what looks like a little shanty town set up. She brings you through that. It's got like 6 or 8, about six little homes, it looks like. and she brings you into her home and says, "Hi," or she says, "Mom, Pa, this is my friend. I don't know her name, but she wanted to talk to you."
I mean, they know us as well, right?
Yeah.
Because
They
we
know all of
helped
us.
them get home.
She said, "Their Ma Violet says, oh yes, those are that's the nice girl that helped us get here and helped find you, bring you back home safely. What can we do for you, young girl?"
Can I ask you a favor?
What is that?
You know that girl with the red scarf that was with us when we helped save you?
I do remember her. She had a white shirt and a red scarf.
Yeah. Well, she's been put on trial. Or do I know that?
You know that.
Yeah, you know that the
Alright.
trial's getting ready for the trial today.
She's been put on trial for false reasons, and I would like you to be a defender to help.
Character witness.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that. Would you like my husband to come along?
Is that
Yeah.
like?
Okay.
she's actually a good
What time would you
person?
like us to be there?
8 a.m.
Oh yeah.
We'll say so you have time to go do your sleuthing. We'll say the trial is afternoon in Fringe
It's been postponed.
because they're a little.
The sheriff's a little late getting into
Yeah.
it.
The marshal's not as fast as the sheriff at running his trials.
Okay.
Okay, so the trial's gonna be at 2:00 in Serafin
Okay.
Fringe.
or Fringe. I
Serafin?
mean Fringe.
I don't want to go. Okay.
All right, so they agree to show up at 2:00 for the trial.
Okay. So thanks.
The Ma's name is Violet, and the Paul's name is Guy.
Paw guy.
Guy.
So you got Guy and Violet, and the little girl's name is Cindy Mai.
Cindy Lou Who?
Okay.
I don't get that one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. So they show up at or they agree to meet you at 2:00. Anything else going on before the trial?
No, not for me.
All right. So you come back into town, and you guys show up for the trial at 2:00. You see Sarah Ellen being led to the church in chains.
What?
You see the town gathering into the pews there. The 12 jurors for the trial are lined up in the choir where the
Are we
choir
here by
usually
now?
sings.
Or are we still riding back?
No, your trial's finished and you're still riding back. It's taking you all the rest of the day to get back to Fringe. You won't be there till late at night.
This trial in the church.
So Clay
Yes,
and
this trial's in the church.
Moogly.
And Moogly.
Appeal to the religious.
You have to make my name that complicated.
All right, and the judge let the trial of Sarah Ellen. Is it Mosey or Mosley? Moses.
Moses.
You're calling yourself Moses?
MOSES.
All right, Sarah Ellen Moses
That's good for the church.
begins, and the prosecution, or how do you plead?
I plead not guilty.
All right. Do you have? We'll say for the sake of argument
Wait, what's the
that you
charge?
can either speak as your attorney or speak as yourself. You can talk. It's not like you're not allowed to talk and your only attorney can
What are
talk.
the exact charges?
The charge is murder and murder of the blacksmith. Do we ever give the blacksmith a name? I don't remember. He never lasted long enough to earn the name. So the charge is murder of the blacksmith in the first degree burn.
For what?
Murder the blacksmith by first degree burn.
Isn't first degree like the?
You're right. It should be third degree. Murder the blacksmith in the third degree by burning.
Third degree.
All right. The prosecution may state its case. The lawyer for the prosecution calls Maul and Paul. What were they? Or not
Violet
Maul
and
and
Guy.
Paul. Calls
Violet
Fred
and
and
Guy.
Ethel Ball to the stand, who are the witnesses that came yesterday.
Prosecution.
Oh, the guys, yeah, okay.
Who called who saw the event happen yesterday. They get up there. He puts Fred and Ethel on the stand. They go through about a half an hour of testimony, going through all the details and accusing you of the murder because they saw you come running out, saw you avoiding them, and then come chasing after them when they ran for the sheriff. Other people in town say they call other people in town and they say that they saw you ride in on this gang and pull a gun earlier in the day, and that you look kind of seedy. That's the prosecution's argument, and then
you pulled a gun on the snake oil sale.
and then they ask you to present your defense.
Shield.
Okay, well, I did ride into town, and there was a little bit of an encounter with a questionable medicine doctor guy that was selling some stuff, and what he sold me wasn't legit, and I got a little upset about that. I hardly call my friends and I a gang. We actually rode into town on our way. We were going to Serafin, and by the request of the sheriff there to deliver evidence to get somebody off of a murder case, and we took the job to get that evidence there in time. But on our way into town, we encountered the family of Cindy, Violet, and Guy. I don't know their last name, but they were missing their 8-year-old daughter, and they had been taken over by the Scafford gang, and they asked us if we could help them find their daughter and get them back into town. So we deterred from our original plan and brought them back to town because that's the kind of people we are. We help them out. So we're not a gang. Yeah, there was a little bit of anger with that medicine man, but he just was selling garbage, and we kind of felt like we got ripped off. As far as what I'm getting charged for here at the blacksmith, I went over to the blacksmith to buy a box that I saw that he had advertised to hold Blackstone with. Darkstone with.
You got your hands up because you're hanging from a bar with your hands
Yeah, I'm tough. And
You're Superman.
and I had $600, which I was going to pay him for that box. That's what he wanted for it. And while he was working on some of his metal shoes, he hammered his finger, and he went absolutely crazy in rage and just kind of went out of his mind. So I can tell you, this Darkstone must have some kind of a truth to all the rumors we've been hearing, because I didn't do anything to him. I was just making a purchase. And what I did do was take my money back. When he fell into the fire, I took my money back, and I didn't know what to do. I was going to get out of there. And I did take the box, and
What is it?
that's all I can tell you happens. These other people didn't see any of that happen. They just came along. I'm new in town. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where the sheriff's office was. So I tried to stop them, and they were running. So I just followed them and made it down to the sheriff's office. And now you're accusing me of killing this guy, and I had nothing to do with his death. And nobody in this town saw me kill this guy, so I don't know how you can find me guilty of killing somebody when there's no witness to it.
While she's making this speech, her tail's whipping around.
No, it's not. No, it wasn't even out yet.
Alright, the prosecutor says,
Sawed it off with a prison shiv.
this prosecutor says, found on your person when you were arrested was the $600 and a case full of Darkstone, or a batch of 8 Darkstone in the box. We had our forensic investigator go through that, and he goes, present your findings. And he says, the forensic investigator comes up and goes, what's that sound they make on?
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. He goes, I can confirm with beyond a shadow of a doubt that based on the batch of Darkstone that we found in the blacksmith's strong box in the office, or in his shop that burned down, that the 8 dark stone in this box matches exactly the type and vein of dark stone that was in the dark stone or in the strong box in the blacksmith shop. We can therefore conclude that this is the exact same dark stone that was in the shop.
They're like Darkstone scientists.
How do you account for coming by that dark
It
stone?
must have been in the box when I bought the box.
Must have been in the box. Okay.
The
I
boxes?
mean, isn't that where you keep Darkstone, in these boxes?
Do you have any other character witnesses or witnesses for the defense?
Well, I have my friends here that were traveling with me, and I recognize that man and woman over there. They're the people that we helped bring into town. So I don't know what they came here for. I've been locked up, so I don't know what's going on. You guys have anything to say?
Can I nod towards the couple with the kid?
Let Clay go first.
Alright.
I can only say that everything that she just testified to is the absolute truth. I've been riding with these people for the last week and a half, and they've never done anything out of line. They've helped people along the way.
Since
And
start a
as
couple
far as
bar
I'm
fights.
concerned,
Yeah,
I take her side and believe her before somebody that actually did not see anything just are assuming, because she came out of the blacksmith shop, that she killed the person.
I mean, he was dead when she left.
You're supposed to be on the defense side, not the prosecution.
We're not here, so we can.
Yeah, we are. We got back in time for the trial, remember?
No, we didn't.
No, you didn't get
You
back
guys
in
aren't
time
back
for this.
yet.
Oh, I thought we did.
No, you're still riding the rest of the day from Serafin back.
Oh, I thought we left that
Nope.
night so we could get back in time for
No.
the trial.
This is going on while
Oh.
you started your travels
Okay.
back.
I gotcha.
We need magic horses.
You,
I already have
you
that.
you don't even have good circumstantial evidence.
They have pretty good circumstantial evidence.
So
She was
you have to find her innocent.
Okay, what did you have to say there, young Indian princess?
5.
I'm a princess now?
Just
I'm not
don't turn into a
Pocahontas.
bear now. That might freak them out.
If it comes to that, we'll wait until it comes to that.
Okay.
That's jailbreak time.
Alright,
Bear.
I brought the couple with me so they can speak.
What couple is that?
The couple that we helped to bring back to Fringe.
He
Who
says, okay, so you tell the Ma and Pa and Cindy Mai to come forward, and he says, oh, okay, I recognize this as the Y family.
Y, like WHY.
He says,
Oh, I thought you were saying my.
that's Cindy Mai is her name.
Oh,
Cindy,
why?
why?
Step forward, Wise, and they
Wise.
step and present your
They're
defense.
wise.
The Wise come forward, and the first to talk, and he says, my name is Guy Y from Yville, just outside of town.
Is it like Whoville from all the Dr. Seuss things?
Cassini Lou.
He starts presenting the narrative of how you guys saved him, all the way from the wilderness there and brought him back into Fringe, and how good of guys you were. And the very closing statement from Guy Y is, and if you convict her, there will be an outcry, because a person's a person, no matter how sly.
That hurt. That was. Oh god.
So then he
Are you
asks,
just basing every character in this game off of actual things?
Pretty much.
It's great, but
Guy and
horrible.
Violet were Grandpa's brother and sister.
and then he asks the wife, the woman to come forward. She declares herself to be Vi Y, and she gives her story and testimony and ends with the sentence. And as we've seen, Sarah Ellen is not a bad guy, because a person's a person, no matter how sly.
She's a girl.
Just like their family motto.
And finally, it's time for little Cindy My why.
Please stop.
Wait, Cindy wasn't from Horton.
She gives her testimony in her little Minnie Mouse voice, and she says, "And if you convict her, or you can't convict her, or I'll start a war cry, because a person's a person, no matter how sly."
Okay. This is
People.
A little Mickey Mouse work.
This is a lot more comical than it should be.
At the bone.
Just hold it there.
All right, so the wise make their testimony straight from Wyville, and they present their defense. And the jury, you can tell, is seeing their hearts are beating and getting 3 times bigger that day,
Please stop.
and they're really starting to favor the defense.
Oh boy.
So it's looking pretty good for Sarah Ellen.
You know something else is coming.
And then the judge says, "Enough of that." He says, "Are there any closing arguments?" And you see a guy over at the prosecution. He's the assistant is whispering. He came walking up and he's whispering to the lead prosecutor, and he says, "Judge, we'd like to present our final arguments via testimony from a new source."
I object.
Not on the witness list.
Overruled. Bring in your source. And you see the doors burst open. Boom! And in comes the guy that you recognize from being on his cart that sold tonic.
Oh gosh.
It's the tonic vendor.
Medicine doctor.
And he comes in, he takes the stand, gives him his swearing in and all that says, and he says, "Tell us who you are." And he says, "My name is Charles T. Pepper."
Peppa Pig.
They say, "Well, Mr. Pepper, before you give us your testimony, tell us about yourself." And he says, "I'm Charles T. Pepper. I'm a town to town tonic salesman." And the prosecutor
Didn't
says,
this whole town hate him when he left?
Yeah.
It's just you guys.
No, but we riled up the crowd to get him all kicked out of town and stuff when he left.
Yeah. So
So he's getting
He says, "I take my wares from town to town and sell my tonic, and I'm loved the region over." And the prosecutor says, "You sure are, Mr. Pepper. We've heard of you, and you have quite the reputation." And he says, "That I do." And the prosecutor says, "Tell us a little bit about what led you here." And he says, "Well, I just started my tonic sales business." He said, "Before that, I was a member of the Union Army." He says, in fact, I held the rank of sergeant in the Union Army."
How high is that?
Middle average. And the prosecutor says, "What did you do in the Union Army?" He said, "Well, I had a bad leg, so they wouldn't let me in the infantry. So as a result, I had to lead the band." He said, "We put together the military band, and we would play at the funerals of fallen Union comrades."
How do you rank up to sergeant playing instruments?
He said, "We were beloved by the widows and those poor lonely hearts that had lost their husbands on the field of battle."
Can I say something?
Sure.
Oh, what were you who were you battling against?
Huh?
You can't ask that question of the prosecution.
Lexi, everybody knows. It's the Union and the Confederates. It's it's a civil war.
I don't know that.
All right, you whisper that to Clay and say, "Who are they battling against?" And he says, "It was the Confederacy. It was during the Civil War." But anyway, you hear the rest of the credentials of Sergeant Pepper, who consoled the lonely hearts with his band by playing military honors during
Sad
funerals.
music.
Is this a movie as well?
If you're lucky, you'll get off with a little help on your friends.
I don't get it. I want to, but I don't.
You'll have to go rewatch this video and do some YouTube searches. Alright.
I'm about to cry. You're laughing so
That's
hard.
because these are really good.
They are.
He says, present your evidence now that we know your credentials. And he says, I was just innocently bringing my tonic into town and selling it because everybody city or town-wide loves my tonic in the now here in the surrounding towns. And I was happily doing business, happily sold a bottle to this Sarah Ellen here, who then accosted me for reasons I don't understand, pulled her pistol on me, and threatened to shoot me. I got on my wagon as fast as I could because I was afraid for my life when other members of her outlaw gang smashed my wheel, damaged my cart, and drove me out of town. They may have, I think they even fired their gun in the air and over my head trying to scare me, and I was afraid for my life. If I had stayed there more than one more second, I would be dead now, just like the blacksmith.
Would I qualify as an outlaw?
Wait, what?
No,
Even with what happened?
no.
Okay.
I'd have given you the
though.
outlaw tag keyword if you need that. What?
I object.
Quiet there, little Indian princess.
But you were a
What?
witness. Yeah.
I
You
was
were-
there when it happened.
We've got, and so Sergeant Pepper, or Mr. Pepper, continues his story. And they say, can this be corroborated by anybody in the gallery here? And you see like 20 hands go up of what Mr. Pepper he said. Does everybody corroborate what Mr. Pepper said? And they're like, yes, yes, yes. And they're starting to rally
No!
rile up the crowd there.
using our tactics against us.
Tell him where you saw him before.
Oh
I don't
yeah.
know where I saw.
Well, just that you did.
Wait, I saw this man before. He is lying.
All right, you'll get your chance here.
Okay.
You're very quiet.
And
Well,
after,
that's a little Indian
so
girl.
he finishes telling that story, the crowd's starting to get like the pitchfork angry. Yeah, yeah, she did it. Rah, yeah, they ran him out of town. They almost killed Mr. Pepper. Yeah,
What
yeah,
does that have
yeah.
to do with the murder of the blacksmith?
And then the judge asked the defense, "How do you respond to these charges?"
He's lying. He was actually smuggling diamonds
What?
Mr. Pepper was smuggling diamonds
with his wife Lucy.
with his wife Lucy.
I feel like you're not beat. What?
Do you have any other testimony to offer?
Now I'm
Yes,
so confused.
I have seen this man before in other towns, and some of the people I talked to who bought his stuff, some of them said that his stuff was just snake oil, and Sarah Ellen bought one from him, and that was snake oil.
Snake oil. So you're declaring this poor innocent man a snake oil salesman.
No, he says he's selling tonics, but
That's what a snake oil salesman is.
What?
They're like, guys sell potions, and then they're just selling you, like, pretty much water and oil. They don't
Well,
actually do anything.
they're not real tonics.
They're not real tonics.
The tonic he sold me, I forget what he was supposed to cure me of.
It was supposed to heal you your grit.
It was supposed to help me, and it didn't do a thing. And I told him I wanted my money back, and he wouldn't. He refused to do it. And everybody standing around, you people, if you'd have standing around paying attention, you know darn good and well that's what happened. He didn't. He sold me the stuff. I asked for my money back. He was lying. He was selling stuff that wasn't any medical purposes at all. It was fake stuff. And yeah, I got mad, and yeah, I pulled my gun on him, but I didn't shoot him, did I? We just made sure we let him know he wasn't welcome in this town.
Even the crowd was there, and even they helped drive him out.
The crowd helped drive him out.
Yes.
That is true, because I was, like, going around riling people up while...
The other person who was here actually was Actually,
That's not a good thing to say.
okay, never mind.
Go ahead and continue, young
Yeah,
Indian
that's-
princess.
There's some
The other
things that
person
shouldn't
that
have
was
been.
here went around talking to some of the people who are here in the sitting place where they are, and they were agreeing to what he said about how sometimes it wasn't doing anything.
So you're saying this congregation here also does not like Mr. Pepper's tonic? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
And the prosecution goes and looks out, and as he's getting ready to say this next sentence, you look out into the congregation and you realize that nobody in this congregation looks like anybody that you saw at the wagon that day.
Come
They
on.
rigged it.
And he says, I asked the congregation, are there any members here who do not like Mr. Pepper's tonic?
Oh.
And there are.
Claim that. They
there
rigged
are-
that.
He says,
I'm not gonna say
raise your hand if you've had Mr. Pepper's tonic. And you see hands go up on almost all the members of the congregation. And he says,
I feel like I should have been here for this.
everyone who has had a satisfactory and delightful experience with Mr. Pepper's tonic, lower your hands. And all the hands come down and there's no hands left in the congregation.
Wait.
And the prosecutor says, that's right. Because
How about if his tonic's so good, we shoot him and then let him drink his tonic to help himself?
You're
See
not
if it's
there.
actually real.
the prosecutor says, that's right. Is this your experience in all the towns you visit, Mr. Pepper? And Mr. Pepper says, yes, it is. Because I'm a pepper. And he points at another guy and he says, he's a pepper.
We're all the pepper.
And he points at another bunch of the people and he says,
And there, Pepper.
we're a pepper. And he points to the little girl and he says, and you'll be a pepper. And he finally points to the defense and he says, wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
Wait.
No.
Nobody who was at the wagon is here. Can I go somewhere?
Nope, you're in the trial. And that's my closing words.
They
And the crowd's going wild. Yeah, I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, we're a pepper, be a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too?
They
Isn't
rigged
there-
it.
And
Isn't
the whole
there a-
crowd's
Can I-
cheering that.
Can I?
Nope,
can I-
you can't do anything else.
I can't say anything.
And
Can
the
you
crowd's...
can you demand like a switching of the jury?
Nope.
That's
The
something
you
do?
can't declare mistrial.
Can I talk to the judge?
Nope.
What?
And
Just shoot
the
everyone.
prosecution
Should
says,
I be my bear?
I rest my case. And the
Drink one of his
the-
tonics.
the
and
judge
turn into a
says-
bear.
we're complete. The jury will deliberate.
Should I?
And the
Yeah, do it.
jury, the head man of the jury says, Judge, we don't need to deliberate. We're also peppers, and we believe in the testimony offered today, and we find the defendant guilty of the murder of the blacksmith.
Can I say one more thing then?
Trial is concluded. The hanging will be tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. in the center of town of Fringe.
Wait, Mr. Pepper.
Trial's complete.
Can I?
Young girl, if you continue to talk, I will throw you in the jail.
But I was gonna say.
I will throw you in jail and fine you in contempt.
Wait, what?
With that, Mr. Pepper, you may step down. Thank you for your kind testimony.
Someone's going on my hit.
And Mr. Pepper, as he steps down, says, "Thank you, all my friends. I appreciate
all
the
his friends.
I appreciate the warm thoughts, and I may find some consolation as I head out. My next stage of my journey, I think I'll go practice medicine back east. Go get some medical training and start a medical practice back east."
Mr. Pepper, I would suggest that you don't hang around too long in this town, that you start that journey immediately.
And he heads out the door with his Mr. Pepper fans. Mr. Pepper fan club. Alright. The judge asks, I guess this can't be Bull because he was in the other trial, wasn't he?
No, This would be Harry.
This would be
Harry's the judge.
Judge Judy.
the judge asked the deputies to take Sarah Ellen back to the jail and start preparing the gallows for a trial.
For hanging.
Or for a hanging on 8 a.m. Or hanging. Do they happen at dawn? No, they happen at 8. They happen at 8 a.m.
High noon.
Yeah, it's noon. It's always noon for these types of things. It's when you do like
Hangings
the
and
duels,
shootouts and
They
everything.
wanted a big crowd there.
and the sun's straight up in the sky, so it's even
Brings
for
everybody
everyone.
in the town to
If
buy
your tonics
lunch.
are so great, why don't you offer one to the judge?
Don't worry,
and
Sarah
let him
Ellen. I
try?
have a lasso.
We could do like the movie thing where you pull out the gun and shoot through the rope right as they pull it.
Alright, and that is the end of the story of the trial of Sarah Ellen. That
Been nice knowing
concludes.
ya.
Yeah.
That concludes at we'll say 6 p.m. on the in the evening there, and I need to know, you guys stayed in the hotel or in the campsite the night before?
I was in the hotel.
All right, so you owe $10.
Okay.
Where were you staying before? In the campsite or
I
the
think so,
hotel?
campsite.
Staying at the campsite? Okay, I need you to. I need you to roll a 2d6.
Can I have the paper that shows you what the Indian trading post has to offer?
Sure,
I got 4 and 3,
that's a
so
7.
7.
Okay. Alright, so nothing happened at the.
And we're getting back in town like tonight.
Alright, fair time. Jailbreak.
So you want the Indian trading post?
Yeah, I just want to see what's on it.
What time does Liam and Belle get back into town?
They get back into town late in the evenings. We'll call it like around 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Wait.
just wondered.
Wouldn't everyone be there for the hanging? Everyone in the town?
Well, yeah, towns always turn out for a hanging.
Well, then wouldn't the people who were there when the tonic salesman was there be there?
Well,
Or would they rig it again?
I guess you'll find out when the hanging is arranged.
So, guys, I hope it turned out well.
What'd we miss? Oh boy.
You also know Liam, from talking talking to people on the train that were raving about the Indian trading post. Oh, you're just looking at the Indian trading post. Are you looking for the one that was in Serafin when you were there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, because that one also has.
I was just looking at the stuff in it.
That one also has tattoos that you can get at the Indian trading post.
Tattoos.
And it has a black fang hatchet that you can basically a ranged free attack weapon that goes in your side bag. So when the time comes, if you want, let me know and I'll look that up in detail. All right. I am going to do one daily event in town just to see if there's anything happening. And we will say, based on how long the trial took and all that, you guys in town did not have an opportunity to hit the town locations and do your normal shopping and all that kind of stuff.
Was it rigged?
All right. So now we're starting. I think we'll say this is the morning of the 12th of
Where are
June.
you going, Belle, when you get back to the campground?
I have no idea. I'm not sure whereabouts we are now.
You guys.
Are we back now?
You guys are all back in Fringe.
Okay.
Okay. And you see that overnight, based on the judge's.
Is this still the day of the trial?
No,
That
this
we
is,
got back that night then?
yes, you got back
Okay.
like at 10 o'clock at night, and now we're going toward the morning of the day of the hanging.
Okay.
Can we?
So do we now know what happened at the trial?
If you meet up with those guys and discuss what's going on, yes,
I
you
think we
can.
need a nighttime.
You could meet up.
Here, can I tell
You could meet up and discuss that.
And Muko,
Yeah, except I'll be dead by then.
you watch out for
No,
you
this
watch
today,
for
it's-
Bell.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
why I'm
Yeah,
wondering
yeah,
if
yeah.
it's still that night or
You
is it the
watch
next
for
day?
Bell
So
and
it's still
me
that night.
getting back from
Alright.
Serafin, and then let me know because I want to have a meeting with
Okay.
everybody.
So
Meet
we
us
come
at
into town, we go to the
meet me at
campground, we
campsite
run into-
when I call you.
What?
Meet me at the campsite when I call you, because.
How are you gonna call them? There's no
I feel
telephones.
like the hotel would be
No,
a
I
safer
mean-
place to discuss
Oh,
private
oh,
matters.
coo.
Turn into a bear.
At the hotel, send word to me whenever.
back and forth, or what?
No, just bear roars.
So we ride back into town, we hit up
Alright,
the campsite because that's where we've normally been staying.
Do I?
Get your
We meet up with the Mukali, who then takes us to the hotel to meet up with
I
the
don't know
Clay.
my mutation.
And
And
that
then-
fills in on everything that happened. So we're at the hotel with Clay, and they just told us everything that happened.
And it was rigged.
For everything. Go ahead, fill them in.
So we were doing so good. We got, you know, those people we saved from the wilderness. Yeah, so they were on our side, and they got all the jury in on the defendant's side. But then the tonic guy came in, and
The tonic guy.
the tonic.
After all that story, that's what you're gonna call him?
Sergeant Pepper.
no, he who must not be named because he rigged the trial. The guy who I might murder overnight as my bear.
On the hit list.
He rigged it by putting in all of his friends instead of the townspeople. And so,
It's like that
so
movie.
Sarah Ellen is gonna be hanged tomorrow.
It's like that movie with the guy with the tank. Remember?
Maybe tank.
Is that what it's called?
Yep. Thank.
Where like they rigged it so they had to cross the border.
Yeah.
In the world did I do with it?
So what are we gonna do about Sarah Ellen?
Well, I was thinking.
I
Just,
got it all figured out.
Were you
What?
gonna share?
Well, that's why we're having a meeting.
oh, I thought it was just a meet.
Are we supposed to go on with this? Or?
Well, yeah, because it's that night. We need to figure out what we're doing.
Yeah, I'm giving you guys your time to have your
All right. How about this?
discussion
Yeah, I got
before
it.
morning.
I have a lasso.
How is that gonna help?
Likes his
We're
lasso.
going to tie that lasso to all 4 of our horses.
That's not gonna end
We're
well at
going to
all.
tie the other end of the lasso to the bars in the cell window.
That is not gonna work.
That
We're
might.
gonna pull that window out, and we have Sarah Allen's horse ready, and when she climbs through the window, we all take off for Serafin.
We're in Serafin.
No, we're not.
No, we're in Fringe. Okay.
Fringe.
We got dynamite.
Or no, that'll make a sound. But how about this? Instead, we can.
We could blow the doors off. Yeah.
We could light.
Or we could try something silent.
We could do your plan and then set off dynamite on the other side of town to pull everyone over there.
Ooh, that's a good
But I don't want to be
diversion.
an outlaw.
Not that I know what's going on.
Well,
Then
we
we'd
won't.
be what?
We make sure they see
They
all of
think
us.
we're outlaws anyway.
No, we make sure they see all of us in our rooms and we go out the window.
Or how about you? How is your hammer strong?
I would assume so. You use
Why
it for
not? Why
slamming
not
down
use
railroad.
it and bend the bars, like pry the bars?
Because it's
so
got
that
it's got still got a wooden grip. It's still gonna break. It's not,
Just pull the bars out and let her climb through the window.
We've got 5 horses, so
I could be a bear and break through.
that's not a good
I don't
idea.
think the bear is gonna pull the windows out.
No, I can like
Um,
shoulder through the wall and then I could run into the woods so people follow me.
Luke,
A bear can't
You're
shoulder
throwing-
barge through
you're
a stone
throwing out
wall.
ideas that are not going to help the situation.
A bear can't break down a stone wall of a prison.
I've been involved in these type of things before. My goal is to help
You're an
people.
outlaw?
Wait,
I didn't say that.
You
you've
implied
broken
it.
people out of jail before?
That's possible. I I'm just saying I've been involved in situations when my goal is to help people that are
Are you
in
like a
trouble,
mob boss?
and she's in trouble and needs our help.
What are you looking for?
From my gallows.
Vigilante.
We're going to pull the windows out of that jail cell. and
Would
we're
5
gonna-
horses be strong enough to pull iron bars off a window?
If a
They
bear
put-
isn't,
they
I
put
don't know
the
what
bars
will.
in adobe blocks, which are made out of mud back in those days. They didn't have cement, and they had
How-
some iron bars sticking in some mixed
No,
up mud
they're-
that got hard.
Those are iron. Those are iron.
Yeah.
We're talking about the outside, Lexi.
The snow
There are
mats,
no
yeah.
windows.
Yes,
Yes,
there's
there are.
windows.
There's windows in jail cells.
These are glass windows.
No,
Okay,
oh,
there are no
fine.
windows in the cells.
There's windows over here.
I know, but they have little bars in them.
Right, those are the little bars we're talking about pulling out.
Are you following this conversation?
And if there's no window and the bars there, I'll use my dynamite and blow a hole through the wall.
I do
That'll-
like the idea though of setting off the dynamite from the other side of town as a distraction.
I
This
got
is
2
enough to
dynamites,
make
I
me-
think.
I
So do
know,
I.
I
but
got two
wait,
as well.
if they hear it on one side of town, and then they hear it on the other side, they would know something is up.
Only if we can't get the window out.
It doesn't matter. By the time anyone gets there, the people inside the jail are going to be
Wait,
dazed and most of them unconscious
Right.
if we use dynamite.
Wait, how
We're gonna.
Have we
she's gonna
seen-
probably
how
be
many
dead
people
if we
are
blow
in
it
the
up.
jail? Have we seen that?
She's
at all?
the only prisoner in the jail.
Okay.
And she's probably gonna
So
die
we're
if
not,
we
we're
blow
not
up
gonna
the
break
wall.
out like mass murderers or anything.
They keep them in individual cells. I'll do some reconnoitering
Reconnoitering.
and figure out which cells and which
Reconnoitering.
windows.
Or we sneak in,
What is
take the
reconnoitering?
key and unlock it.
I managed to lose it.
You
Investigation.
need some reconnaissance.
Isn't that an idea?
Same thing.
Forget the
we could.
explosives.
Yeah.
Look it up. It's a
Wait,
word.
why don't we just sneak in and take the key? Forget the
Isabel,
explosives.
what did you say it was?
Reconnoiter.
Because the sheriff doesn't live there.
He does.
No, he doesn't.
Well, it'll probably be a deputy or somebody on site.
Yeah, anybody have a
probably
better
be asleep.
plan?
Sneak
Or knock
in.
him out.
Anybody have a better plan?
It's better than your dynamite one.
Better than what is?
Your dynamite plan.
We
The
still,
sneaking in.
we still need to
Who-
distract
Who's
them.
gonna sneak?
I'm small. I'm a tiny Indian
You're
girl.
gonna sneak into the jail.
No, I'm gonna sneak in
You
here.
can't find the
take
gallows. You can't be hung.
Sneak in
can't
here,
find
take
it.
the key, and then unlock her thing, and then we can leave.
That's
Let's see, there's gonna be a lot of people. Because it's a criminal, they just charged for murder and are hanging tomorrow. There's gonna be.
There'll be one person at the desk
sneak in the
with their
front
feet up
door.
on the desk
You're gonna
sleeping.
sneak in the front door.
And then there can someone.
There's actually a back door. Back here.
She will be in a jail cell, and there will be one deputy sitting on the chair with his feet up on the desk, probably half asleep or half drunk.
Because we're gonna do this at 2 o'clock in the morning.
And if you watch enough westerns, you'll see that's what they do.
Alright, so we're sneaking in.
No,
Alright.
we're not sneaking in.
So
We're going to sell bars out of the window and getting her out.
How about we.
Okay,
Who agrees with what?
I'll go with what he said.
Mom?
He has experience. He's done it before.
Wait.
That's
How do
better.
we know?
It's better chance than getting caught.
Have you done it before?
So what are you guys doing?
No, I'm not a
We're breaking
criminal.
Sarah Ellen out of jail.
Okay,
Fine,
so
no
Before
killing.
the hanging can occur.
Right. That's the whole thing. Is we
Since
don't
she
want any
was-
killing.
Quote, railroaded into being guilty to start with. Nobody had any evidence at all.
so the first thing you're doing is what?
They did see her running away from a dead body.
We're having our meeting to discuss the plan.
Alright, so let me know when you come to an action.
We're gonna get our horses and pull the bars off the windows.
Okay, so you guys are sneaking out of your hotel late at night,
Yep.
is that
You
right?
can have
Just
4
me,
horses
only
and a
one.
bear.
The other
I
3
can
are
pull.
coming from the campground.
5 horses, Lexi.
They're just riding
And
into
a
town.
bear.
Nothing looks suspicious.
Alright, as you come out of your hotel and head towards the sheriff's office,
We
you
stay.
see that there are like 3 torches with, a lit torch out along the entire side of each of the walls, and there are a total of 2, 4, 6, 8 deputies stationed outside the sheriff's office.
In a little tiny town of Fringe, they
It's
have
the-
8 deputies.
It's the marshal who
tiny, it's a
deputized
big-
a bunch of people.
It's a big town. It's a rail town.
Yeah, this is a rail town.
Not a problem.
So we'll
Wait,
switch
I can
plans
distract
and
them.
well, I mean, we'll go with that plan, but let's set off
All right.
dynamite on the other side of town.
So what's your
That's
plan
what you're
now?
gonna have
You
to
came out, you saw that, and then what are you doing?
I'm going to go to the other side of town, light a dynamite.
Okay, so the sheriff's office is down there. This office is, or this other side of town that you're referencing is up here. Okay.
I'm gonna,
You can always go like the poppy field look fire.
I'm gonna
No, that's
light
where
a.
they live.
Oh, well, we're getting in the clover fields.
Okay, put
Sarah
Sarah
in
in
the
the jail. Who's staying at the campsite?
None of
Three-
us are, I don't think.
Yeah, the 3 of us were at the campsite. He sleeps at the.
He sleeps
Hotel.
at the hotel.
But we're in the
which
middle of our
is,
plan at the moment. Well, the hotels would be on the upper floor of here, correct? Most likely. Or it would be this one.
Yeah, we're gonna
No,
call
that's the
that.
doctor's office.
Yeah, that is the doctor's office.
I'd say it'd probably be the upper floor of the saloon.
Yeah, you can be in the upper floor of the saloon. You're at the campsite,
That'd be like the cheapo one.
and then this is the general, this is the general store, and this is the mutant quarters.
The what?
Mutant quarters, where the mutants hang out. Okay, so where are you staying, Belle?
We're at the campsite.
Okay, so you're at the campsite, and you're at the campsite too,
Yeah.
until you move to what's being described as this other end of town.
Right.
And everybody else is getting ready to yank the bars off the windows of the cells, so they would all be.
Of the jail cell?
Yeah, everybody else would be up
We're
here.
all kind of like making our way into
Okay,
town.
go ahead and start moving your guys.
Not me. I'm back there.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Me and Amukali are just kind of like coming down the middle of town.
Totally normal.
And Clay's over here.
two
I
hiding
gotta
in the bar
walk
cells.
upstairs and check on the dog.
At
There's
2
like
in the
6
morning.
people.
It's not totally normal. You
Oh.
sneak in around through the field.
But on
It's
each
like
side
12
there's
o'clock. No,
We can be coming down. We're just 2
Okay.
nice women coming down to see if the guards need anything. If they need drinks, we could drug them. We could give them some sleeping powder.
Can I say in my very cute voice, like,
I don't think you guys should be that close.
so
No,
like call to them
Before
over
you
there?
guys get that close to the jail,
Like you're hanging out in the saloon, like just relaxing in the saloon.
Watching through the
Back
window.
here.
Oh, watching
They must
through
think
the
she's
window?
really a dangerous criminal.
Looking through the-
they've been through breakouts of jails before.
Who?
So this person's in the jail cell. That's her. Okay.
That guy looks badass right there.
You can give them some sleeping tonic.
Get him super,
Oh, he's
super
sticky.
strong. Yeah, it's acrylic.
No, it's sticky. Like,
Put it down.
Yeah, it's made like that. I see.
cannon is really loud.
Alright.
Get a close-up view of our breakout.
'Cause I personally don't want to be banned from this town forever.
So, that's what you see. And then you guys are not, yeah, if you guys haven't gotten up to the sheriff's office yet. Okay?
We may go to Plan B.
My plan?
Just blowing open the wall.
No.
Sneaking
Plan B.
in.
Wait
Sleeping powder.
till they're all, the whole town's out there ready to hang her. And since I'm such an
She
excellent
would've-
shot,
she
when
would've-
they
she
go
would've-
to hang her, I shoot the rope. She drops down. You have the horse ready. And take
Wait,
her.
wasn't he the one who failed at
There's
catching
also
a
an
little
entire
girl?
town full of guns.
Grandpa, you failed at catching a little girl while you were riding on a horse.
These are the guards,
And you
the
bear-
deputies that have been posted around the jail for the night.
How tired?
Man, I must be the most wanted criminal in the West.
They don't have that many murderers being hanged, so it's a big event for the town.
How tired and drunk do they look?
They don't look tired or drunk at all.
Not even at like 1 in the morning?
Nope.
Hey boys, you wanna drink?
So I will take a dynamite, light it.
What's that end building down there?
This one
That's the mutant quarters.
for all the outcasts of society.
Maybe we should rally them.
Maybe we
Why?
want to set that on fire. Draw
Cause she's
everyone
a
down
mute.
there.
She
There's
has
still
a tail.
people in there.
You guys don't know that yet.
It's still
Yeah, we do. We talked with you.
quite rude.
No, no,
So
we
you guys
don't.
are going full on
I have no
destroying
idea
the
what
town?
No, I was gonna light dynamite and just throw it like out away, so it explodes out there, close enough for everybody to hear it, but not actually destroy anything.
Where's the blacksmith shop? It's already destroyed. Maybe that's where you
Blacksmith
put it all
shop
at.
was,
Right next to the prison. It's right there.
Yeah.
is that where it is?
It's a blacksmith /
Okay.
stables.
Oh, that's good.
That's been burned down.
If we do the dynamite there, it'll draw all 8 of them over to that side, and then we get her out the back window.
We're gonna call the blacksmith shop in Fringe this number 2 right here. That's gonna be the blacksmith shop. That's gonna be the smuggler's den. Actually, this will be the smuggler's den, the mutant quarters.
Oh, so the sheriff can keep an eye on him?
Actually, that'll be the church.
The church,
Church
is over
down
there.
Oh,
here.
is there a church? Okay, so we got church, general store, smuggler's den, mutant quarters,
The blacksmith.
blacksmith that's burned down, and that's the Indian trading post / gambling hall.
Alright.
/ hotel.
I can't help
It's
you
all
guys.
three
I
of them.
can't tell you any ideas.
Set off the dynamite right in the middle of the burned down blacksmith shop.
No.
Let's see, let the weed field on fire and let them all get nice and happy.
It's not actually weed.
Hmm?
I don't think it's actually weed.
All right,
Burn
so
poppy here.
Yeah.
where are you throwing
No,
your
that's where
dynamite,
the
AJ?
family lives.
The blacksmith shop's already burned down.
Don't forget there
Correct.
could be darkstone in there.
They would have probably taken it out when they.
All right,
run
so
it.
who's doing what?
I'm gonna lob my dynamite into the burned down blacksmith and like sprint around behind the buildings over there because they'll know run across that way.
Okay, so you're throwing dynamite into the burned out blacksmith.
Yeah.
From where?
Right. I don't suppose I could throw it from all the way back there.
So you're gonna go out of the hotel, sneak around like the outskirts of
Oh.
town,
Hey,
try to be unobserved.
I'll just leave out
throw
the
it from
bag.
the back of the hotel.
Throw
Oh,
it
yeah.
here and then run in here
Yeah,
and
I'll
then tell
just
us.
leave out, just throw it over here, and go back in.
Okay, so put your guy back over there.
Everyone's
As you leave the hotel, you got the hotel clerk there in the desk, and he says, "Oh, late evening for you, eh? Have a good one." He sees
You
you
too.
exit out the door.
okay. I'll just walk out.
Okay, so you walk out and then do what?
I'm going to
Ooh, walk out
Walk down
and
the
say you
corner.
Hey,
forgot.
this is not everybody plays everybody. This is
walk down to here, make sure there's nobody looking.
okay. You're in the shadows. I need you to roll a
I was gonna say,
Uh, cunning
come back
check.
and say you forgot. I
actually
forgot
roll
something.
an agility check.
You gotta do roll dice to see
I
if you
forgot
succeed or
something.
not.
Agility's better than my cunning.
We'll do an agility 4+.
4, 6, and 6.
All 3 successes.
Okay, so you don't see anybody or have any idea that anybody would notice you.
I'm going to lob my dynamite into the burned out blacksmith,
Okay.
and as soon as it goes off, I'm gonna run back in yelling, "Holy shit, there's bandits attacking!"
No! Don't do that.
All right. Go ahead and make a 2-hit roll
What's just this?
with your dynamite. You can throw it at a range up to 8, right?
Yeah. So I would hit it easily. What is it?
6.
6.
Alright, so you hit with the dynamite, and it goes off with a big right there in the middle of the blacksmith shop. Mark off the dynamite on your inventory.
I'm gonna run back in, yell to the clerk, holy shit, there's bandits attacking the town.
Watch your mouth.
It's the
Alright.
Wild West. I can say what I want.
There you go.
Alright,
You're not my mom for the rest of this evening.
the
We're
hotel
playing a game.
The hotel owner says, "Oh my God!" He comes running out the front door of the hotel to look down to see what's going on. As do the pastor in the church walks out, and the mutant quarters,
What?
and a couple of the storefront or the people that live in the quarters of the places they own. And they come look out and see what the commotion is. It does not start a fire because it's already burned out.
That's probably a good thing.
So the hotel manager is standing behind those big things in front of the door there. I guess those are benches.
Like
Yeah.
here.
And just looking to see what's going on.
Do the guards do anything?
No. You see the guards all look that direction. You guys have guys looking out the windows of the hotel, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You see guards looking out there, out front, but they do not seem like they're drawn and lured away by the
Damn.
blacksmith explosion.
Well, now what?
We'll go to Plan B.
Alright. Any other activity for the night?
I still say Mukuli and I should take the guard some coffee laced with
I'm-
sleeping powder.
I'm calling the guard in and asking him to get me something to eat. That they hadn't fed me all day.
Alright,
that I
so
need
he
some
says, you
food.
want your last meal? What would you like?
20
Everything.
pounds of gold.
Just get me some food.
Alright, so he goes off and sends another guy over to the...
They're all outside, right? They're
Yes.
not inside.
These are the
Okay.
deputies inside.
Yeah.
He sends his regular deputy, the sheriff's deputy, across the town to the gambling hall there, or to the hotel to get some food.
We can knock him out, take his outfit, walk back. That wouldn't work. They like know each other too well.
I would think so, yeah. I don't think you're going to
Alright,
fool
I think we should do the drinks.
That's what I think we should do.
You can attempt that.
Alright,
What are you
let's
trying to do?
And
we're
Mukuli
gonna
and I
bring
are
them
going to
drinks.
bring them some coffee
Oh,
go. Laced with powder.
laced with sleeping powders.
Oh, this could go
Alright,
wrong.
where are you getting your sleeping powders?
Not.
yeah, you wouldn't have that.
Yeah,
General store.
Yeah.
the general
General
store's not
store's
open in
not
the middle
open.
of the night.
Boy, you
I guess we don't have any
Oh
sleeping
no,
powder.
we
do we?
lace it with the.
It'd be really
This
suspicious.
isn't magical.
You can rob the place. You don't have to have a clerk.
Yeah, do you have any magic spells?
Me?
Yeah, I forgot she is magic. She could just cast a spell.
Alright, what else are you guys doing? She can turn into a bear and she can enchant you guys with power. That's it.
Wait, I could turn into a bear, like roar, like right next to them, and then run off into
How
the woods.
How powerful is your bear?
Strong enough that if I get shot by a gun, it doesn't really do anything to me.
You willing to test that?
What,
Are you
what
willing
about
to
getting
shot
shot by 8 guns?
Here, bear form.
Yeah.
Alright, here. So my +2 strength, +1 combat, and armor +5.
Okay.
There
And then
are 8 guards outside the sheriff's office.
And they
So-
all shoot at you at the same time.
I don't know if there's any getting her out of there.
Where did the deputy go?
Okay.
He went back now to the jail and is
No,
feeding
where did he
Well,
go
when
first?
Over to the
to the
saloon.
to the saloon to get
Right.
food, the gambling hall.
when he brings my food,
No,
is he
no.
going to unlock the door to hand it
He's
to
not
me?
going to bring you the food because I'm going to waylay the deputy after he gets the food, and I'm going
No.
to swap my hat and
Grandpa, they know him too
Yeah, they
well.
know each other. This is not a huge city.
he's walking across the street at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, but they would recognize your voice
What if we
instead.
knock him out and somebody comes to investigate, and we knock him out and somebody else comes to investigate that, and it's just a long chain?
Alright, let him describe what he's doing.
The deputy comes in.
Okay.
He gets the food. Meanwhile, I go out the back door, come around the hotel, and I wait here.
Okay.
And when he comes out and gets partially across the street, that's when I take him out and I put his hat on and I carry the food, and they think it's me going into the
Okay.
jail.
So you're going to take the guy out 20 feet in front of two guards that are two deputies that are standing in front
Each
of
one
the
of
jail.
these is like 5 feet. That's a 5-foot square.
Well, they can't see at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
they have
Hours.
torches and all that stuff
It's
around
not
the
really
sheriff's
that
I
door.
already said there was torches the whole way around the building.
Alright.
All right, I'll just start shooting the bastards.
Alright.
No.
I mean,
Is that what you're doing?
No.
I
Don't
only
do
have
it.
6 shots.
We'll be
There's
on the
8
run
deputies.
forever.
Don't do it.
we can. This
I
guy.
How many people are in the? How many guards are in the jail?
There's 8 outside that you see, and there's a deputy and the sheriff and the marshal and the deputy marshal in the.
Can each group.
So there's 3 people in the jail.
There's a marshal and a deputy inside with you.
Can each group see each other?
No.
There's like 2 around each.
I
It's
have an
could
idea.
if we were to take out this group, would these guys see it?
No.
No.
Take them out how?
Like silence.
Sneak up on them.
Like me and Lexi, both have melee weapons, just go bang across the head.
Yes, you would be able to take them out silently if you hit them over the head. Well, not silently. The guys on either side of it would notice.
Oh, they
Or would
would.
hear. You
Alright.
don't have silencers. Basically, you're at the decision point now where you're going to have to decide if your group is going to become outlaws and do a jailbreak, or if you're going to proceed to the morning.
Well, if the dynamite didn't draw them away, there's not
Wait.
much choice.
In
I
the
think we
morning.
need to proceed
Wait.
to morning and see
All
if we
the
can't come up with
townspeople,
something else.
everyone in the town will be there. So the people who helped drive out the tonic salesman will be there, and they would know that they helped. And
Too
that
late now. Trial's over.
yes, but that still.
It's been nice knowing you.
All right, we'll proceed to the morning.
They don't.
I really don't know what.
They don't like. They don't like. They let you file a motion to have a retrial.
There's
Yeah.
no appeal process in the Brimstone region.
Ask for a duel against the snake oil salesman, and the winner gets to walk away
Here,
free.
I'll do it.
All right, we'll proceed to the
Don't
morning.
have a
Those
gun.
are all good ideas,
I don't
but you
need
got to
a
do them at the time when the snake oil
I'm a
salesman,
bear.
Mr. Pepper, not snake oil salesman, but Mr. Pepper, soon to be Dr. Pepper,
We do not.
is not.
Has already left town.
Yeah, he's already left town on his way to go back east, become a doctor, and sell his magical elixir to the world.
He's already on my hit list. He's not going to survive very long.
All right, we're going to reset to 8 a.m. in the morning. What you guys see happening overnight during the construction is, we'll call this, AJ, put that in the very center piece in the town there.
Is it the little thingy?
That's the base of the gallows.
Yes. And then you see the deputies basically aligned at each intersection of the road and spread out amongst the buildings there.
Like, sort of like this.
Yep, just like that.
Making sure there's no funny
So
business.
they have now left the area of the jail.
They fan
down
out.
to Center Square.
There's
They-
still the people in the jail.
They are escorting Sarah Ellen and the hanging crew.
Well, they're taking Sarah Ellen with them when they walk down here.
Yeah, but
Correct.
it's morning, so they're not going to do it yet.
And I had a whole thing set up and I don't know where it is. I hope I didn't throw it away. I'm missing a bag somewhere.
Now I really wish I had another animal
Oh,
upgrade,
there's
like
all
a
my
snake,
telescopes.
where I could.
How early?
Here it is. It's been sitting here the
AJ.
whole time.
I wish I had an animal upgrade where I could be a snake, so I could just slither there and then like.
All right,
fight
put that in the
them.
middle and put the 4 crates on top.
they
Or
would
put a
all-
crate
I
on
could
top of
fight
it in the
them.
middle.
How early does the train come in the morning?
The train in the morning gets there around noon and departs around, call it 6 in the evening. Alright.
Can I have an animal upgrade really quick?
These guys you can move a little closer to the thing.
Those are the mutants. They came out to watch
These are the townsfolk.
Are they the Mr. Pepper?
I think this was supposed to be Cindy Maya Y.
Mr.
One of these was supposed to be Guy Y. Guy Y and Vi Y. And
He's my friend. He's
Jenny
magic.
Quantum?
put him over there in that. That.
Now you gotta move your.
Oh, Bruce Wayne's attending this one.
Wait, what? Oh my gosh, she is. Oh, witches.
So
Poison
the
ivy.
hanging is set for noon, right?
The hanging is set for
Norman
8 a.m.
or
Wait, 8 a.m.?
Well,
Oh, crap. One sec.
Batman's here.
Don't know that it makes any difference.
I was gonna say, we got Dynamite, try a little something with the train arriving.
the train arrives.
Well,
The train arrives at noon.
I know.
I got 2 kegs of dynamite. If they're actually going to hang her, then I'm going to lob my dynamite right into the center of the whole crowd.
Then you're gonna kill her.
Well, she's dead anyway.
That's
So you want to be the one to kill her.
No, I'm just going to kill all the people that kill her. As soon as
She
I hang-
wouldn't be dead
As soon
yet.
as I hang her, I'm going to.
So after they pull the switch, then you're going to throw the dynamite.
No, don't do it.
Will we able be able,
I'm
will we
thinking
be able
about
to
it.
toss
Alright.
dynamite and destroy the gallows without harming anybody?
All right. So in the morning, what you've seen is the procession at like 10 of 8. You saw the gallows being built at night. The procession comes out, dragging Sarah Ellen, who's manacled, and they drag her up the steps of the gallows. They put her on that thing. They don't put the noose around her neck yet. All the deputies are gathered in a circle around the thing,
Bye bye.
and the townsfolks are spread out there around that. And the judge comes out and asks you if you have any last words.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not guilty. You're hanging an innocent person.
We're hanging an innocent person, not
Wait,
guilty.
ask for the tonic salesman.
Lexi, he's gone. Do you listen to anything we say at all?
All right.
As for what?
You guys right now are still in the hotel looking out,
I have no idea what
or
we're
you
doing at this
spreading
point.
yourself in the crowds, or here you guys decide where you are. I only see 4 of you on the board.
Right.
Oh, Clay's looking out that one window.
Clay's over here.
Okay. All right, so you 4 put yourselves where you want to be while this is going down.
Hey,
I'm thinking.
We're all out on the street here.
Yeah.
we can. I don't know if you.
No, we're all out on the street, and we happen to have our horses with us.
Happen
Why?
to.
Our horses are tied up outside the hotel.
And my horse.
Okay, put your horses wherever they actually are.
Tied up outside the hotel.
Horsey horse.
If only I was a rattlesnake and I could bite everyone's
Not
feet.
tied up, we have them with us.
Lexi, get your horse.
All right, so you guys got your horse out in the middle of the street like that?
I know.
That
On
would
their
seem,
reins. Holding on to the reins. They're standing there holding them.
All
that
right.
would seem suspicious.
That does seem kind of suspicious.
Well, because we're just gonna leave after it's over, so
Alright.
there's no point.
As you guys basically form up with your horses and all that stuff, the guards shift around to where there's. AJ, I need you to do people movement for me here.
Oh,
So
there's
this guard
suspicious-
shifts that direction, this guard shifts that direction, and then they fall back a little bit so there's no gaps in there.
Oh, they're suspicious.
Sort of like this.
Alright, so you guys
Yeah.
kind of look suspicious, so they're just making sure
I mean,
everything
Yeah, but
is
we're
going.
back behind the townsmen
So,
and everything, so I mean,
bear
there's
or no?
townspeople in front of us.
You can slaughter everyone.
Yeah, there are. Okay. They say after Lisa gave after Sarah Ellen gave the "I'm not guilty, you're hanging an innocent person" impassioned speech,
how accurate are you?
the judge says, "Let this be a warning to all those who would commit murder in the town of Fringe, that we are not a jovial town and do not take this lightly, and this will be an example." And he says, Deputy, I need you to prepare the prisoner.
This could either end the game or make us outlaws.
And he says,
She was just making
he
me
says,
character.
prepare the prisoner. And as
You're not gonna let her die.
you see the deputy drag Serafin on top of we'll say the crate is the trap
Did you
door
shoot the rope?
that's in the gallows there. That whole thing is elevated, by the way.
Right.
In fact, here, real quick, just
Could
for
I
the
fit under
purposes
there?
of picturing it,
Just put a couple barrels
put
or something.
four of these underneath it, AJ, and raise the whole platform
Could
up.
I fit under there?
You can't really sneak underneath it now.
You could have maybe fit under there at 2 o'clock in the middle of the night, but now you
It
can't
wasn't
fit
up
under
there.
no.
It wasn't up there at 2. You said they
It
put
was
him
being
out.
built.
I say we go on a non-lethal rampage.
All right,
So, like-
describe to me your what kind of non-lethal rampage you're going on.
Knocking them out, not killing them, like shooting their knees and like
They're
incapacitating them all without actually killing anyone. Would that be an
They're
accomplishable
all
feat?
armed.
Because the civilians are gonna run away, right?
They're gonna still pull the lever anyways.
No, because he's gonna do the whole movie scene where he shoots the rope.
AJ, he couldn't lasso a little girl.
As the deputy brings
What's that have to
Serafin,
do with shooting?
Your aim.
as the deputy brings Serafin up onto the platform, her tail unfurls from behind her, and the whole sees this big tail with a big barb on it.
Is
That was my plan. I was slicing the rope with my tail.
And the whole crowd's going, ooh, ah, she's a witch.
What? There's a witch right here.
And the town gets a little bit of, ooh, kind of afraid, and they all back off one step.
Just gonna-
Do you want us to do something?
Swing everyone back.
And he says, Deputy, pull. They put the noose over her neck, and he says, I will do the countdown from 5,
Shoot it.
4.
4,
Do it.
3.
I throw my tail up and slash the rope.
All right,
Because
roll.
it's barbed tail.
It is a barbed tail, and it will reach up to the back of your neck. So roll a melee to hit.
And
One
my
combat.
tail is 1 plus combat.
Correct. You can only roll 1 combat on this. You got to do a 2
The
hit.
2 hits, probably 5.
What do I roll?
You roll one
It's in
black dice to
Ow.
hit.
to your weapons thing.
You're not
Not my
doing range.
guns.
Not doing range. You're doing melee.
It would be here. It's this one. It's to the right of
Further
your
up.
guns. Go there.
So instead of your normal 1 combat plus 1, you're only doing 1 combat because you're only using your tail.
So you roll 1 dice and have to get a 5 or higher.
Correct.
Oh, great.
That's like 20% chance.
She rolls a 6.
Whoa!
Alright, that's a crit on the rope. Now I need you to roll
You hit the rope and it's weak
roll
spot.
damage against it.
1 dice.
Red dice is damage.
5.
Alright, so you do 5 damage against the rope. Alright, so as he's going, 3, 2, you see the tail come out. You see the crowd go, "Ah!" They all take a step back. 1, and as he pulls the lever, you see the tail whip through and cuts the rope, and she falls to the ground, or she falls onto the platform. So you can remove the box, lay her down sideways
Oh, she died.
on the platform, and at the same exact instant that happens, you hear gunshots ring out from the east. This is east, right?
Yeah, I was right. They're being attacked by bandits.
Gunshots ring out from the east, and you see these 2 civilians right here fall over with shots to the back.
claim that kill and
They killed a
Except
bad
XP.
guy, so that's okay.
they killed someone from Batman.
Yeah,
They
Poison
killed
Ivy.
Poison Ivy.
No wonder Bruce Wayne is here. You want to keep an eye on her.
See, actually, I didn't have to shoot her.
Who's Norman Osborn?
The Green Goblin.
Oh. They killed Poison Ivy and the Green Goblin.
Yeah,
They should have just used that in the movies. Just shot at them with guns.
Wait, are these all Batman characters?
I don't think so. It's just a generic warlock. Unless that's his name.
and what you see is
Oh.
The guys we fought at the bar.
no, those are the deputies, the ones you fought at the bar. AJ put them right here in the street.
Wait,
Sorry,
really?
my battery's dying.
They're all drunk too.
Yeah, they come charging down the street. Actually, spread them out.
They followed us from Masthead.
And you saw those three guys. You see 3 shots and two of the civilians drop.
Do we recognize them?
At that point,
And they hit this deputy because there's 3 of them, right?
at that point, you also see
My friend. Not really.
Beyond me, why they shot the civilians instead of the
Well, we
deputies.
don't know what's going on. We don't have any
We don't
idea
know if
now
they're friendly.
what's happening.
Oh, it's a whole redemption thing. You can help fight off the bad guys, and then they'll be like, oh, I guess you're not so bad after all.
What did I miss?
The guys we fought at the bar are here. And
The ones we fought at the bar?
No,
Oh.
they just look the same.
Oh, and they shot 2 people.
I saw this. They shot 2 people and gunshots from the east.
Yeah, that's it.
And then we see something, but he won't say.
okay.
They bring in a
Starting the
monster.
darkness.
No.
You guys are starting up here,
I will kill them.
and this is a shootout in the streets.
Say what?
All right. After
All right,
those
here's
shots
how-
happen, the townspeople start to panic and they see that, and they start running 2 steps towards whichever their nearest exit is.
So wait, do they push us?
They will run past you.
We're going around. Ooh.
You killed the deputy. He's facing that way.
And then those guys will run, put one running this way and one running that way. Just like that. Okay. This guy turns, sees these 3 guys, realizes he's outgunned, and he runs 6 squares, or 5 squares, to exit town.
Scaredy cat.
Losers.
These guys back up here 3 squares towards the edge of town. This guy, that's the last deputy that's exposed, right? He goes back and runs right back to that guy. So they're backing up because they were jumped and are afraid.
Should be.
The other 4 guys,
Do they turn around?
basically turning around to face these guys, and there's a line of like 4 of them.
Who is they're protecting us?
Ah, they're stuck.
I mean, we're not their highest priority anymore.
Okay,
Yeah, but they're protecting us.
we are now in an initiative
They're
combat
in front of
round,
us.
and Sarah Ellen, you would be first, but since you're still recovering in chains there, the only
I'm
thing
in chains.
you're still chained with your hands behind you,
So you
But
can't
you're-
move.
so you don't have your weapons or anything. So the only thing you can do is like get up and move.
Alright, so I'm moving towards the jail.
Move towards
Okay.
us.
Yeah, so my movement is +4.
So we'll say it takes you
4 space.
It takes you an action to get off of there, and then you can move 4 as well.
So 1.
Well, get me as close to the jail as I can
Do the
get.
deputies count as enemies? Or
They
allies?
count as neutrals, but you can move through them for 2.
So you can go.
What if I went
1,
off the
2,
side?
3, 4. like that. You could get back there.
Yeah, you could get it like that.
All right.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. The bandits are up, and I need the bandit card.
Are they friendly to us?
It's pretty crappy.
We don't know what they're doing. We have no idea what the bandits are doing there.
There's only 3 of them.
It's good we have our horses ready.
Lit.
Why do you have a big end?
Actually, Kim, I need you to roll a hold back the
Because
darkness.
you don't know what my face
So
looks
roll
like.
a d12.
7.
So you got a 7 on that. Okay. And then I need you to roll a d3.
This one.
It's 6-sided dice and divided by 2.
3.
Called
Okay.
it.
And then I need you to roll. I need you to roll a d6 3 times.
Roll it 3 times or roll 3 of them?
Actually, I need 3 people to each roll a d6.
I'll do it.
What color? It doesn't matter.
No. Roll 1.
I got a 1.
1. Where is there a C on the board?
A.
Over here.
Okay. So then you see a bandit show up over there, right
Holy
behind those people.
crap.
I got it.
Put him off to the side a little bit, like he popped around those barrels. You can start putting barrels on the board where the markers are.
He's a sneaky bandit.
Barrels or
Now we're in actual gunfights. We need like the cover and stuff.
Kim, what'd you roll?
3.
Entry point A
That's D. A is
over
that,
where Lexi is.
That one. Yeah.
Okay, Lexi, same thing. I need you to put one right there.
Hello.
And what was the third dice rolled?
Yeah,
That
roll
one.
1.
Aiming it right at his head.
Alright, that's the second one, AJ, where you are. Right behind him where those barrels are. Yep. Alright, so you got 2 more coming in this way, 1 coming this way, flanking, and 3 coming down
All
the
the
middle.
cover's over on their side.
Okay.
We got human shields.
So your gun belt would be in the jail, correct?
Right, that's where I'm going to get my stuff.
I'll get
And
it
I
for
also
you.
know where the keys are.
If at any point
I can
we're
get
in
it.
town, you guys want to go onto the roof of a building,
Oh.
you go inside a building, then you take your action is to basically change from the floor to the ceiling, or to the lower floor
Where's
to the
Spider-Man?
roof.
Could I leap this gap?
No.
No,
Could you leak this one?
no, you can't leave
That's just
any
a
of the
5-foot
gaps.
gap.
How far am I to the jail, Lex? How many times is it going to take me to get in there?
It'll take you 6 moves to get in there.
Okay, the bandits.
I can throw you my extra pistol I have.
The bandits go first. Lisa, throw me some black dice, would you?
I want that box and my money.
I can get it for you.
How can you get it for me?
I'm closer.
Are you?
Okay, these 2 bandits right here are shooting at
I
the
don't
two
have a ring.
at the two.
Deputies.
Deputies.
Just pay attention to the game.
Weak.
So one of the deputies, the farthest one, he dies, goes down, and is dead.
Wow. Wait, do they just deputize civilians for this?
Yeah,
sort of
these
thing?
were civilians. These were not like gunfighters. So here, just put him back here on the pile.
This is dead people over here.
This one over here is shooting at the closest deputy. And he shoots both deputies dead on that
Oh,
side.
it went through one of them. But
Oh, yeah.
Actually, not the deputy. He shoots the civilian and that guy. So
Oh.
put that guy back up, and those 2 are dead.
so. Blah.
Okay.
He got 3 shots and he missed
Sarah
one.
put them together with
The Deadpool.
All right. These other 3 deputies, they're bandits. These
They're
other 3 bandits are they're marching downtown, and as they're marching down, they move 6 spaces. Put one behind this barrel.
Like that.
Yeah. This other one marches 6 down this side, or put them all 4 spaces so that they move together.
So they're like corner.
Yeah, they're moving like that. You hear these deputies here say, "Oh my God, that's the Apple Cobbler Gang.
What is that?
I recognize Tim Knotts and Don Conway, the leaders of the Apple Cobbler Gang.
I don't get it.
Run!" And those 4 guys turn tail and start running behind you.
What were the names of them?
Apple Cobbler Gang.
So,
Tim Knotts.
Tim
Don Conway.
Conway.
Don Conway.
alright, how much do they move? Or do they leave?
They go 5 behind you guys.
Oh my gosh, they go behind us.
1, 2,
Put them where the horses. Put them
With 2 T's? Tim Knotts?
He ain't gonna
Are you
find
looking
it.
up Google?
Yeah.
Look up Apple Dumpling Gang. All of them behind Lexi. Just put them in a row behind you
Put them
guys.
anywhere at all. Just set them down.
Yeah. They're running away because they realize the Apple Cobbler Gang is
It's not
attacking
like
them.
it's.
Get rid of the horses.
We're not going to do any horse fights. At the
Well, you
moment.
could
Well,
ride
we're
your
gonna
horse
get
through
out-
town,
get
but
the
it's
heck
probably
out of
going to
there.
get killed, and then you're going to have more problems.
The-
All right. The 3 in town here, or the 3 marching downtown, the bandits, have a range, and they will shoot at.
You have this one here, that guy there, and that one there.
Don Knotts.
They can't reach
Yeah,
that
I
guy.
did.
Instead of Don Conway.
And you got a couple civilians here and here.
Yeah, they can't reach anybody. They're as far
Are they
as they can
friendly?
get.
So,
All right. Next
No,
up
we're
is Bell or just Bell.
I'm saving this town. Don't know what
I don't know if they're good guys or bad guys.
How
they're-
close are
it
you to the
doesn't
jail?
matter.
Can I yell to you and tell you to go in and get my
Yeah,
stuff?
I'm real close.
Did
to
they
the-
just shoot a bunch of civilians in the back and kill them all? And you just said you don't know if they're good guys
But they
or
also
bad
shot
guys?
all the deputies. They might be coming to help us.
They're the Apple Cobbler Gang.
They're not going to help anybody but
Yes, I can
themselves.
get into
The
the jail.
deputies didn't make it sound like they
So
were
you
good
want me
guys.
to go into the jail?
Yeah, I shouted to you that the keys to my cuffs
If anybody's
and my
got
guns
gang in their name, they're
and
usually
my box
bad.
and my money are all in there in my saddlebag.
So I can go.
Well, the
one,
keys are in the
two,
center desk
two,
drawer.
You gotta
three,
wait for
4.
him
And
to
the
just-
box and money
You
are
told me
in,
it was my turn.
and the
You
box
said
and money are in my saddlebag. Grab my saddlebag.
You
So
just
I-
entered through a window.
Huh? Oh.
So you just walked through a window.
I do have a saddlebag, right?
2.
And they have all
AJ, your
my
initiative
stuff in
is
that.
3, right?
I think it's 4.
What's the initiative?
Yeah, my initiative's 4.
4?
It's in what order you go in.
Oh,
I moved 4 into the jail, and I'm getting all of Sarah Ellen's stuff.
And the keys that are in the center drawer, which I yelled to you.
Okay.
Hmm?
You're gonna
I
follow
want to be
me
over there so
through
I
the
can reach
building.
over the desk.
Go. Attack them from behind.
What if
We
they're
need to order,
helping?
Lisa.
They're
We
not.
need to order soon.
Actually, they're a
Okay.
gang.
What do you
It's
guys
almost
want?
6:30.
They just shot a bunch of innocent civilians.
AJ and Lexi will only eat cheese.
And
Okay,
the
Jim.
deputies were like, oh
Mushroom,
no, it's the Apple
Canadian
Cobbler
bacon,
gang."
pepperoni, any of
Hold
that
on,
stuff.
I'm gonna
Okay,
stop
Bill, you
one of
want
the
pepperoni?
deputies and
Kim,
tell
I'll eat
them about it.
anything.
Okay.
All
They
right.
just have a gun, so.
Bell, what are you
Well,
doing?
all the
I
deputies were
moved into the jail,
I'm gonna
and I'm
stop
getting
this
Sarah
one.
Ellen's stuff.
Okay, so your movement speed was 4.
4, yes.
So you're in the jail,
Yes.
and your action is to pick up all her stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
That's pretty heavy.
Liam, what are you doing?
It's all in the saddlebag.
I'm
you're
going to
getting
Clay
the
and
key.
Mockley guys are up next.
I already have my phone.
after me. Do I have to? Can I break a window to go through it?
You can actually jump through a window, but if you move up to it and jump through it,
Yeah, I want to order to go cheese, a
need
large
to use a
cheese
grip.
pizza,
otherwise it's going to take your action to go through it.
another
But I can
large
still move,
pizza,
right?
half
You could move and
pepperoni,
do that as your
the other
action.
half. You
Where
have
can I go?
Canadian bacon, sausage.
1, 2. Use my action to get through this window. Go 3, 4.
No, you're done
Put
at that
on
point where you,
hold.
unless
Okay,
you're gonna use
sausage,
grit to do
bacon,
like a
and
athletic,
pepperoni on
kind
the
of
other
thing.
half.
The rest of your turn is opening the window, climbing through it, kind of thing.
Can you leap from the roof of a building to the ground?
Sausage,
No, that will
bacon,
either
and
damage or
what
kill
other
you.
meat?
Those are
Extra. What other meat do you
several
have?
stories high.
Ham, yeah, good.
1, 2, 3. I believe I have a move and a 5.
And then a plain
Yeah.
large
3.
cheese.
Can I move through this guy?
For
No,
2
no,
points.
one large cheese,
3,
and then the one
4, 5.
correct.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's the end of your turn.
Okay, thanks.
I can shoot at him.
Right,
Yes, you could shoot at him.
But
You have a pistol.
25 minutes.
What did you
I've
order?
got a crappy
Two
pistol.
pizzas.
I mean, what?
I'm gonna shoot at this nearest
One
one.
plain cheese. What was the other?
The other one
roll
half
2 of
pepperoni
these.
on half, and the other half
Wait,
3 meats.
okay.
Why
I'll let
don't we
this.
just get the whole
Can we-
3 meats?
Can we be done with the pizza discussion and back to the game? All right. So AJ moved, and now he's doing what?
I'm gonna shoot at them.
Okay.
That's 1 hit on this
Okay.
first guy. And I will deal 1 of these 6 with damage. 2 damage.
Okay. You notice as you shoot that guy that he goes, and the bullet goes right past him, does not hit.
Also, he has a good armor.
Wait, which guy were you shooting?
This front guy.
All right. That was your turn.
Bill, were you able to get my stuff?
My guy doesn't even know how to use
And
it.
Clay and Clay and the Monkley, you guys are up.
He's just
Alright,
pointing it and
I know
pulling
what
the
I'm
trigger.
gonna do.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna move 1, and then can I grab the deputy?
What deputy?
This one.
Yeah. What are you gonna
Can
try
I-
to do?
I'm gonna hit his gun out of his hand and ask him to tell me about, and force him to tell me about the gang, and then if he doesn't, I'll leave him to them, since he's afraid of them.
What evil.
Okay, instead of you actually having to do it, you just paying attention while they're running and they're like running away. Yeah, that was Tim Knotts and Don Conway, the Apple Dumpling Gang. They're a Apple Cobbler Gang. They're a band of desperados that roam these parts. They're pretty strong and they're not afraid to storm into town, shoot up the place, and take what they want. I wish somebody could stop them.
Desperado sounds like a cool adjective.
Is that what you wanted to hear?
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have to use that as an action.
Okay.
You don't even have to use that as a move. You just heard that while they were running past you.
Alright.
Are you close enough to Belle to get my key to my cuffs and a gun to me?
What's your movement?
4.
She can move up to me.
But you can't get the keys to me.
No, not unless she's beside me.
Okay.
How far could I toss the key if I had to?
Like dynamite. And then if you want to throw it, you'll make an accuracy or a throw and to a hit.
Well, I
and then
can't catch the key
you
because
make
my
an-
hands are
And
tied.
you can't really
or-
throw.
Right, but I mean for me to throw it to her.
You're behind a wall.
Can we, like, reach
No, I'm at a
through
window. I
windows?
could throw it through the window.
You'd have to open
Can
up
you
the window.
go inside and shoot out the windows?
No, can she, like, hand me the stuff through the window?
No. That would take an action and
Punch
all
your
that. You'd
hand
be better
through
off going in and out the doorway.
Oh, here's your pencil back.
Okay, so what you doing there, Amakli?
I must have picked up another one then.
That's
Amukli.
Because I was using the other.
Mook.
This was Chris's replacement.
1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1. And then is she adjacent, or would I have to go through?
No, I'm diagonal, so we're
Yeah.
adjacent.
Alright, can you give me the stuff then?
Sure.
Just the keys and a gun.
Why not all of it?
So you're gonna do a trade with her?
Yeah.
Okay, that's gonna be your action then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's handing me the keys, or I'm handing her the keys and her
Well,
guns.
Okay, realize that she just went back and did an action for something that's only going to save you 1 space on your next turn. Actually, to go in and out through a doorway, you got to go through. You can't go adjacent to the doorway, but you're doing a lot of actions there just to hand something off that she's going to be able to carry forward on the next turn.
Yeah, or I can run back and get it. I imagine I'm
Which
gonna
one
get a
are
turn
you?
right.
I'm right here.
No,
You can only
Lisa.
charge that guy.
So, no.
Okay, so what are you doing?
What can you do for an action?
She
Me?
She can cast spells, turn into a bear, and hit people.
All right. So what are you doing?
I don't want to turn into a bear, but
Clay, what are you doing?
Where are these bad guys?
They're all
3,
wearing
2,
gray.
and 1.
should I be a bear?
Nah,
Okay.
I don't think so.
Don't quit asking questions and play your character. What do you want to do?
Yeah, turning into a bear in the middle of the town is a bad idea.
Well, everyone's already gonna be dead.
Remember, you have that other spell.
But barely anyone is adjacent to me, so it would be a waste to use it.
Unless you try to move to where you were adjacent to everybody else and cast it.
4.
Is it the one that like gives us all extra attack or whatever?
Yeah.
And 1, 2, 3.
I'm just saying, you have that available every turn as a spell if you're not going to be using Bear.
You should be
So,
a battle mage.
You should be planning on casting that every turn then. In addition to whatever you're going to do with your attack. Alright, what are you doing?
Wait, can she cast it on herself?
Yes, it affects myself.
In my range is 6. I have to be within 6 to shoot
Correct.
somebody, right?
Yes. You can move up and then shoot.
But my
Go easy on leaning on my table
my
there.
movement is 4, so that's all I can do is move 4 before I shoot. And if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, I'd be right here.
Clay, don't get up there. We're gonna get out of this town.
At 4, you'd be
We
within
mount our
range 6 of
horses and get
shooting
the
at
heck
that
outta
guy,
here.
but he's hiding
You
behind
just saw
Beryl.
me charge them.
Which means I can't
Liam,
shoot
come
him.
You
back.
could shoot him, but he might not. You might not hit him because he's behind the barrel.
Well, I'm thinking my thought is
Just do it. You don't have to explain it because nobody else is talking to you about it. So just do what you want.
well, she just hollered at
Alright.
me.
She didn't just holler at you. You're doing what you want.
Okay, do whatever.
I don't want everybody playing everybody's character.
She wasn't playing his character, she was playing hers.
Yeah.
I was just yelling out that we
Yeah.
need to get out of this town.
Don't accidentally shoot me in the back.
I'm gonna shoot. I have
So who you shooting
range
at?
of 6. That
This guy right here?
Yeah.
That bandit behind the barrel?
Landed behind the barrel. I got
Okay.
a range of 6, which means I'm in range,
Yes.
and I have 2 shots.
Okay. Roll 2 to hit.
What dice?
The black ones
2
over
little
there.
black ones.
Roll a 4.
2 2s.
Okay. You want to use a grit?
To roll over. I only have 1 grit.
You probably wouldn't use it for that then. It's not that important yet. Okay. That's your turn. Go ahead. Mookley, what are you doing? You're going to be on deck there. For your...
I'm moving back.
Are you gonna fight them?
Quit asking questions like that. What are you doing?
You can see me charge.
Not everybody's having... I'm going to start moving the bandits up and shooting at you if you don't do your
1,
actions.
2, 3. Oh, I can't get
Mookley,
close.
can you stay beside me and get my cuffs off when I get... Oh, no, Kim can do that. Belle can
Yeah.
do that.
You can get it. You
Never
can get it,
mind.
Jason.
I
Let
give
her
it
do
back
her
to
thing,
Belle,
like
yeah.
Marshall
3.
said.
I was just asking
4.
whether she
Okay.
could help me.
And then I'm gonna do my tribal wrath.
Okay.
Since
Tribal what?
wrath.
Wrath.
I'm mad.
Okay.
So we can attack better now.
I can get to my spells.
Read it.
Alright. You and every hero adjacent to you are +1 damage until my next turn.
Okay.
So,
What's the spell value?
2.
That's the... Or what's the one in the top right? The
This one?
power or
9.
9. So you need to get a 9. So how many of your casting dice are you going to use? You've got 4 faith, right? So that's a dice for each one of those.
2 would make it. I could get 12.
That's if you rolled it perfectly.
11,
It could also
10.
get 2.
It'd be a little under 50.
Let her figure it out.
I'm gonna use 3 just
Okay,
in case.
so roll 3 dice. You need a 9 or higher.
3 1s.
She got it.
15.
Okay. So you describe your spell to me? No, I mean, what are you doing with your...
I'm waving my staff, and then the end glows again like it did in the saloon. Not Harry Potter. Like it did in the saloon.
That I could get.
And It's in circles around Clay and Liam.
And you, right?
Yeah. And
Okay. Alright. So the spell goes off. You see what she described there. And AJ.
oh, and it's
So those circles
Put three of
protect?
those-
Is that what they
They amplify your damage by 1 on your
And
next
you use
turn.
these 3,
On your
so they're gone for now.
oh, we all get little.
Okay. Anything else, Lex? That didn't cost you an action. You still have an action left.
Oh, I
Have
didn't.
one
It didn't.
less.
Yes.
Yeah. This
I
is
don't
me.
know.
This is you. This is Lex.
Anything else?
I can't reach anyone.
Nope. Not with a staff.
I can poke them.
Okay.
No.
Alright. The frightened person runs out off the map. You can call them out of play.
Wait, was that Cindy?
This deputy here moves up to this barrel, crouches behind it,
Like back here.
and is going to take a shot.
Yay.
This deputy here is running away.
Is the deputy shooting at us or the bandits?
No, at the bandits.
Okay.
These deputies here are all running off the map, and any townsfolk are fleeing that direction to get off the map.
So townfolk can only move 2, right?
Yeah, we'll call them 2 because they're like running scared and blind. And
Oh, I just took them off the map altogether.
you can get them off the map. That guy, Jimmy Olsen, can go. That's fine.
Is that a town folk?
What about Bruce Wayne is
Okay.
still here?
Sarah Ellen, you're up.
How far am I from you, Belle?
Damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. You can make it
Answer
if
questions.
you use 2
Only-
actions for movement.
Well, I have 4 movements.
Okay.
Do I
So
have?
you can move 4.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. But then
Now, am I through a wall or is she at the door or
You're
what?
on the other side of the window from
But-
her.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can see her through the window, like collecting up her stuff.
All right. So what do I have left? An action.
1
Yes.
action.
All right. So.
Can
It's
she
your
open
turn
the
next.
window so then they can just pass it out?
Not with. She could bust the window with her. Just
And I
Bust out the
bust the window and tell Belle to unlock my cuffs.
okay. So that's your action is to bust the window out, and that's where you're getting your movement.
Okay.
Okay. The bandits are moving. Those bandits. This one is moving up behind this barrel here, AJ.
Here?
Yeah, and then this one's moving up to where he just came from. This bandit is moving over right behind this barrel here.
So here.
And these 2 are going on either side of the stage here like that.
It's like that.
We should leave for pizza.
No, close the other side. Right here.
Behind it.
Like
Oh, like ducking behind it.
These guys are on either side, those 2 spaces, Lex.
These.
One more. There you go. And then that.
Like this.
No,
No.
over
No.
here.
Where the light
Yeah.
is.
Okay.
These
Yeah, I was confused by his instructions.
Alright. So they're lining up. Let's do this shot, and then whoever wants to go can take their turn out of turn and then go pick up pizza if that's going. Or if we're breaking all together, we can. You guys decide when we're done tonight. Okay. These 2 bandits here are both shooting at this guy,
He's dead.
and he goes down in a hail of gunfire.
nice.
There's nothing else.
These 3 bandits here, he's not within range of anybody. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope. These 2 bandits will shoot one at Mukli,
Okay, so they're not friendly.
and one is shooting at.
That's Liam and Clay.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 5. They'll be at a range of 5. One is shooting at Mukli, and one is shooting at Clay.
I got 4
Alright,
dice.
so Mukli, take 2 combat dice, or take 3, I'm sorry. 3 black dice. And Clay, take 3 black dice.
Okay.
These are the shots coming
You
at.
got some laying right there.
These are the shots coming at you.
Oh, I thought they were laying right
Okay.
there.
They need a 5 to hit.
2 2 hits for me.
Okay, everything higher than a 5?
6 and 5 and a 1.
Okay, so
Get
set,
rid of the
set the
4
5 as 6, set the 4s below side. Now you guys need to roll, since you don't have any barrels or anything to hide for cover, you need to roll defense against that. So roll your defense against those hits.
I have 4 defense.
2 red ones, right?
White dice is for defense. Whatever your defense, you roll a dice against each one of those.
Okay, this is against
Because my
that
defense
one.
is 4.
They're both just
So would I
hits.
get
They
2
don't.
on 1?
What's your defense on there?
Would I get 2 dice on each one since my defense is 4?
No, you roll a dice against each one of those, and
You have
that's
to
the
get
number
4 or
you need
higher.
to get higher
No,
than,
defense, yeah.
equal to or higher than to defend against it.
Oh.
That's good.
6. Yeah.
That's a miss. Okay, so both of you have,
I have a 5 and 4.
what's your defense?
4.
4.
So you defended against both of those. So
Yeah.
you took no hits. Lex, your 6 defense goes against the 5. Your 2 defense goes against the 6. So that is 1 crit against you. And what you see is that one bandit, this one here that's pointed right at you. He's got his gun out and he's like fanning, and he hits you for 3 damage.
That's a lot of damage.
Well, he's gonna die now. Fair time. Woo.
Okay, that's the bandit's turn. Actually, can this guy reach anybody?
Am
1,
I
2, 3,
okay
4,
to
5.
leave for
Why don't you shoot back, and then you'll be
Then
done,
you'll be
and we can come back to you in the next
Okay, what
one.
am I doing?
Well, you tell me.
Are you moving? Are you shooting? What are you doing?
You can move, you can shoot. You'll take notice that the bandits are using barrels as strategic cover and things behind cover. And you guys are standing out in the open, so they're going to do better than you
Okay, I
in a
can move
gunfight.
first, right?
Yep.
Okay, move me right up next. Let's see. Are these 2 adjacent?
They're adjacent to each other,
Okay,
yes.
move me down there 4, toward over that way so I can shoot past the barrel.
If you are adjacent to where that guy is standing behind the barrel, then he will not have cover. You can't hide behind the barrel right from a guy on the other side.
Or would it be 2 to go
That would
through?
be 3.
Put me over where the number 2
Okay.
is. That's only 3, right?
That's good.
That's because it costs you 2 to go through, guy.
Yeah, that's 4.
Okay, so now I got to use my 2 guns again.
So
Where I
how
have
much
a
did I
range
get
of
when I
6,
turned
which
to
I
there?
don't need. Should just stay where it was.
Okay, so what are you doing for real? Are you staying where you are, or are you moving up, or
I'm
what?
gonna go right there and I'm gonna shoot at that guy.
Okay, so you're shooting at the guy right in front of you.
So I roll 2 black dice, right?
However many shots you have on your
2
pistol.
shots.
Okay, yep.
2 6s.
Okay, those are both crits. And roll damage for both of those.
What's that? 2
Red dice.
2 red ones.
Yep. That's a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
Get in there. 5 and 4.
Okay, that guy there goes down in a hail of gunfire. He's dead.
It's like the
Now.
Japanese.
Right between the eyes.
Also, I have, since that guy was, I have my adjacent thing, my trick shot. If I use 1 grit on a ranged hit to also do 1 hit each to D3 adjacent enemies in the chain.
Okay, so you can use a grit and you'll roll a D3 and this guy will also be shot because you're basically shooting through the guy
Yeah.
and hitting the other guy.
Do
So
I
you have a
to
grit
roll?
to use?
Yeah, I have 1.
Okay, so then you roll a D3.
So you roll
Or
6
roll a
side
red and
damage.
divide it by 2.
So that's
Okay,
just
so
3.
that's 2 damage to that guy.
So is he dead too?
Nope, he's hit. So your first bullet goes right through the guy's, right through his chest, and you see him collapse immediately, and the bullet goes right through him and sticks in the other guy's shoulder, and his whole arm is limp. But unfortunately, it's not his
You
gun
want
arm.
me just to go, Bill?
Or don't you do anything?
He's
I'm
done
done
now
now.
for a while.
Well, Kim gotta cuff me and give me my stuff, but
I'll just go
I don't-
because
okay.
I'm done. Right?
Yep, you're done.
alright.
You gonna wear your hat in there? It looks
Yeah.
pretty good.
Knees don't bend us out here in the cold too long.
That's why I was
All right.
looking over my legs.
You're up.
I'm up, so I'm gonna move out 1, 2, and uncuff
Uncuff
Sarah
me.
Ellen and give her her guns.
Okay, so your movement and then uncovering her and all that will be your action, but you still have 2 movement or whatever the rest of
Go
your
back
movement
in
is.
here.
Okay.
What are you doing back in there?
Hmm?
Why are you going back in there, girl?
Because I'm not getting shot.
All right.
No one's here.
There's no discussion about that. Liam,
Well,
you're
she's
up.
right beside me. I most certainly could ask her why she
Oh,
did
that's
that.
true. You could. Nobody else can.
You can't hear her. I'm gonna go. He looks like he has that covered. So I'm gonna 1, 2, 3, 4.
AJ, no.
That guy.
Okay, so you're taking a swing at that bandit.
Two dice. 2 hits. Oof. Wow, neither of those hit.
You really need to go to gun practice.
I'm not shooting at
He's
him.
hitting us.
You can use a grit.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one.
Okay, re-roll as many dice as you like. You're supposed to use roll black dice to hit, white dice for defense, red dice for damage.
We all need to write that down.
I'll remind you each game.
Black.
Black die to hit,
1 hit
white
on
die
him.
to defend, and red for damage.
Roll
I got
damage.
it. I do have it
Does
written
a
down.
D8. 8 damage.
Okay. You take your big hammer there, and how do you want to kill him?
Just gonna
Tap him.
right through the head. See if I can knock
So
his
you're gonna
head.
tee him up like a
Baseball.
baseball bat, and he takes his hammer as a baseball swing, goes boom, and his head goes swings right off his body and goes rolling down the dirt in the street.
Well, the
That
apple
bandit-
cobbler gang is down to
What? 1,
That
3,
bandit is
2,
dead.
3, and a wounded.
And then I
3.
can use my ability when you kill a enemy with a weapon, you may move 1 step and gain 1 combat, so I can hit him. Which is a crit.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Nice.
You still roll your regular hammer, right?
Yeah. Oh. Can I go with the 6?
Nope. Alright, so that guy took 1 damage, right?
Just gonna stab him with the railroad spike. My first time I've used it.
Alright.
He just takes 5 damage.
5.
Just gonna
Are
stab
you using with the railroad spike?
I just pull out a railroad spike right in the head.
Does that take a grit to use? Or
No,
grit to recover.
it's just a free attack. It's
Alright.
2 grit to recover.
As you stab that guy with the railroad spike, then he also goes down. Right into the head.
Okay, so we got
Where's-
1, 2,
Is this
That
him?
one there.
2, and 1.
AJ,
we got
right
3.
down,
2
right in
and
the
1
center of his
wounded.
back.
2 that are not wounded and one left.
So this guy got hit for a little bit, and those 2 are fine.
You forgot your +1 damage that it gave you.
Oh yeah, well 2 damage wouldn't have killed him.
3 would have.
Okay, so it's your turn to move, please.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, well then all your damage thingies come off because it says.
Unless
until
you're
the
going to
next
cast
turn.
it again. Yep.
I'm not.
Okay. So AJ will take care of that. What are you doing with your AJ? Remove all the buffs. What are you doing with your character?
Me?
Yep.
I'm going. I can't make it. Can make it to anyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, and could I move and attack, or would that? Would
You
I
just
be
did
moving?
move. You can't attack because you're not in melee range.
Darn. Can I?
Spell rocket.
Well, now
Can I
he's
do that?
The only thing you can do is cast the tribal wrath or your bear.
Do I do there?
There's only 3 of them left.
I know, but I might. I have 3 wounds.
Yeah, if you have
Yeah,
3
you-
wounds, do you really want to be that
Yeah,
close
do
to
you
that
want to
guy?
get that close to that guy?
You need to be coming back this
Nope.
way towards
She already
me.
moved. You guys can't give her advice from all the way in the sheriff's office.
If I turn into a bear, I get +5 armor, which will
Yes,
help.
you do.
You're more of a support character until you turn into a bear, and then you go
Alright,
aggressive.
well,
What are you doing?
I'm gonna turn into a bear because I don't want to.
Okay, so what's your bear spell power?
There's 7 plus.
Okay, so how many magic or how many faith are you using?
I only
I
have
thought you were
one.
gonna
No, you get those renewed every
I said
turn.
I thought
I
you were
do?
gonna die.
Nice.
I was
So,
not confident in our
7.
ability to pull this off
I'm
at
still
all.
gonna use 3.
Okay, so you're using 3 of those to cast.
Yeah.
You need a 7 plus.
6, 7, 8.
Okay, so you do your. What does your bear casting spell look like?
Remember, I do this. And
Oh,
then
you do that and you go into a little trance and poof.
It's this really
Changes
gross
into a
thing
bear.
where like she
You
all
hear
her
the
limbs
snapping of
extend and like
bones.
bones breaking.
You're stretching your shirt.
Alright,
You hear snapping of bones.
so you
and
see this
ripping of
big
muscle.
bear spawn out from where Mowgli was standing.
Hello, buddy.
Huh?
He still hasn't left.
Neat.
He's still upstairs.
That's the dog upstairs.
Yeah,
Did he leave?
I'm assuming.
I think
Anyway.
he went right out the door.
He'll have to
Um,
get his shoes on. I don't think he left yet.
okay, that brings us to hold back the darkness roll. Now you guys have killed 3, so the track has moved 3. I need you to roll 2 dice, and if you get above a 13, then
I can't get above a 13.
well, go ahead and
Oh,
roll.
Nice.
damn. Every time
Yeah,
I use
that's
the
not
spirit
possible.
shaper, I get +1 max grit. So does that mean I get it for the rest of the thing?
That's not bad.
No, it's just
For
while you're.
spirit shaper, when casting shapeshift spell, maybe roll
It's
one
while
casting
you're
check.
in the shape.
The +1
Plus one
max
max.
grit is a permanent increase to your grit. You already have it written down as 3 grit max.
So would I make
It doesn't have
4?
anything to do with changing in and out of your bear.
So
It's
would
just
I
a
make
+1 max.
So would I make it 4?
No, that was already added
just
to
a-
your
it's just a
character sheet.
bonus.
You
It doesn't-
started with
Oh.
2 and you already added +1 to 3
Oh.
permanently. You have max grit of 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that comes from having that ability that you list. It's like a
Okay.
line drawn through those 2. One is what happens when you're shifting into a bear. The other is you get +1 max grit. It doesn't go back and forth.
I rolled a 9.
Okay. I need you to roll a d6.
Just 1?
Yep.
6.
All right. I need 3 people to each roll a d6.
Three.
3, and
Are they bringing in more bandits?
3.
3. Okay. From this side of the street, you see
No.
Oh, great.
3 more bandits pour in from that side. Right down the middle, like that. Yep.
I know I'm powerful, but this may be a little much for me.
I should have gone this way to this line. I could have done so much.
Okay. Sarah Ellen is up.
more. AJ, come
So
on.
I have my guns now and I'm uncuffed.
Belle, you're on
correct?
deck.
Yes, I know.
All
Yep,
right,
you're
I'll
equipped.
move towards the center of town so I can shoot.
Okay, moving
That
up.
one?
How much
4.
maximum?
I can go 4.
Okay, you're not going to be within
If
line
I'm
of sight.
here-
Can't shoot anybody.
Can I hit him?
If you do what?
I'm
If
3.
I'm sitting here, can I
range.
hit
If
Where
you go
am I
into the
at,
spot
Kim?
with the barrel, you
You're
can
right
swing
there.
at that guy.
You can't hit anybody. You can't do anything.
Okay.
Now, question: just because Dad only started the game with 1 grit to begin with,
Oh,
At the beginning
each
of the
turn,
morning, we're
each
supposed
turn, you guys are supposed to be rolling a dice to determine your grit. So
Right.
everybody roll 3 d6s.
and only if you're not at max grit, right?
I got a 3.
Anytime you get a 1, that adds
I
to
got
your
a
grit.
1.
Okay,
Six.
so that's an increase to your grit.
4.
You guys got to remember to do that when I say
Because
it's
you're
your
missing a
turn.
grit too. You're
1.
at
Yeah, I
you
got
got
a
it.
grit. Yay.
Lexi, you roll 3 times? Okay.
Did you get a 1?
3, 4, 6.
Okay. So anytime you roll a
Do you want me
1,
to roll for Dad?
yeah, go ahead and roll. Just roll 3
Because
dice.
I didn't have any grit, so now I'm up to 1 at least.
I'm sorry, I
There's
forgot
1.
about that.
He gets 1.
Okay. Up to his max. You can't exceed your max.
Right. He gets 1.
Roar. It's a bear.
Okay. So
Come
Sarah
back to
went.
me, I'll save you.
Alright,
I
so
cannot
Sarah
use
Ellen's
now with
finished
my
with her
blindfold
movement,
closed.
and Belle, you're up.
Wait, if one of my.
You're running away?
No, I'm coming around from this
Alright.
side.
Doing anything else?
I
One
can't
of
do
my
anything
shapes
else.
is a
Okay.
horse. I think you can.
Into battle.
Liam, you're up.
Like, nay, get off me.
I'm gonna go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, whoops. And hit this guy.
Okay.
You want to just go straight with your railroad spike.
It's a free thing to use the railroad spike, so if this doesn't hit, well, I have to spend 2 grit to get it back.
Oh,
So,
okay.
no hits.
Okay. Grit to reroll.
Can I spend 2 grit to get it back and then stab him?
All on the same turn?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend 2 grit to get my spike back and then stab him with it for 5 damage.
Okay. So you're stabbing that guy, taking him out. All
Oh,
right.
he's dead?
Yep.
So they have 5
You
really.
smashed the spike into him. That
But
wasn't
you're now
me.
at 0 grit. So mark that down.
So I ripped it out of the other guy and then just stabbed it into the new guy.
That's exactly how you describe it. Yep.
Lexi, how far am I from those guys?
This is
1,
gruesome.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
All right.
Oh, I meant,
The
I
bandits
didn't
are
see that
shooting. AJ,
wall.
you need to
Okay,
roll
so they
9
can't shoot me
to hit
anyway.
dice against you.
That's
Kim,
a
for
lot.
Clay, you need to roll 3 to hit dice against him.
1, 2. Do I get anything because of the barrel?
And then roll for his defense against those.
Those are your
You get you'll roll to hit, not roll 9 to hit dice.
Those I just rolled.
Yeah, I'm trying to move him out of the way. Because I have 9 dice.
Everything
Holy, what?
that's a 5 is a hit.
why'd you get to roll so many
5 or
dice?
higher.
What was
Because
that?
he's got 3 bandits all shooting at him right there.
So,
Okay, and you said I needed to roll what? Defense?
Everything 5 or higher is a hit. 6s are crits by the bandit.
That's a lot. Oh my gosh.
you got 2
Okay,
sixes.
Kim, roll the defense. Roll Dad's defense against
3,
those.
6.
5, 6, and a 1.
So
I
he
know,
defeated
good
2
job.
out of the 3.
Yes.
All right, so he takes 3. He takes 3 damage.
With my ability, it says reroll 1 failed defense roll per turn. Is that just 1 dice? Or as many dice as I want?
I'm sorry, he takes 2 damage. Give me a sec.
I don't think he has anything to do with this one.
No.
Did I tell you 3 damage or 2, Lexi? You only take 2.
Who, me?
Yeah, give one of those plus that one to Clay's character. So Clay took 2 damage.
With my ability that lets me reroll 1 failed defense roll, is that as many dice as I want or just 1 dice?
One dice against it.
Oh, he actually got that with his grip. Because he was thinking about the 4. Well, it
Okay.
was a 1 or a 4. So
My
he actually
defense
got
is
that both.
3, so I succeeded. Oh, I have to roll a 4th one. I succeeded all of them.
So out of 9 dice, you had 4 hits, of which 3 were crits, but you defended against all of them.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Just hiding behind that barrel.
He
I
did.
like.
All right.
I'm
The last bandit. We
Now,
shot
at
at
the beginning
Clay,
of your
we
turn,
shot at
did you roll
them.
for grit again?
Lexi, I need you to roll 3 defense or 3 dice against you, 3 hits against you.
It wouldn't have mattered because I had max grit.
Anything 5 or higher is a hit.
Just 1.
Okay, roll defense.
There's just one way.
Oh.
I think he's
Okay,
ready to go back to
and-
the pile.
Now roll armor.
What's.
So roll it again, but you need your armor value, which was what, 5?
Yeah.
Because you're in a bear, you have now thick
My
hide
fur.
and might get stuck in there.
4.
Alright, so it does make it through. So you take 2 more wounds.
How much health do I
Range
have?
is
I don't
6.
know, how much do you have?
Alright, so normally my
abide by
health
that.
is 10, so
That's
What's your
now-
current? Is your current health listed
When
as
you
10?
roll,
Yes.
you have to get
So
3
I
or more
my
for
max
your
is
shot.
12 now.
So
That's
you're-
how far away
'Cause I'm
you
a
can
bear.
get.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
When she's in bear, she's current +2.
It's not health.
No, it's max.
It's not the
Let me
range
see
of
your
your
It says-
gun.
You see that?
It's just what you have to roll to hit with your gun.
All of it?
Got it. I'm
I
writing that
confused
down.
them.
I got that confused.
Can you pistol whip somebody to deal more damage than a fist attack if you're in melee range?
Okay. Spirit of the Grizzly immediately turn into a bear. Can turn back any time.
Just go poof.
Tribal Wrath, you may cast to get adjacent enemy
Those
damage.
horses nearby.
There's nothing in here
belong
that's
this
plus
town.
2
Yeah,
health though.
it
Or we
says
can own
in
this
somewhere.
town.
Oh yeah, we can turn this town into our own town
Yeah.
because everybody else is dead.
Well, we got these two left yet that haven't
Did
run
you
away.
find it?
Is one of them the judge?
One of them's Bruce Wayne.
'Cause you
Oh,
better
bear
be-
form.
you
Plus
better
2 strength.
Be very
Plus, it's
appreciative.
plus 2 strength, not
Who's that
plus
one?
2 health.
Bruce Wayne.
Oh, there's no
He's
help?
saving his
Warlock.
butt.
Plus 1 combat armor, plus 5. So
Oh.
you get to roll 3 combat dice with plus 2 strength for strength checks.
Or,
And then you could spend a grit, and when you kill an enemy, you recover grit. So all those specials on your bear, but you do not get a health increase from being a bear. You get an armor increase.
okay.
Okay. All right.
Turn into a
So-
hummingbird.
That is the bandit's turn, and Liam went. It is now Amukli's turn.
Amukali.
And Clay already
The
went
thing
and
is,
shot
do
at
I
that.
go down
first
and
guy.
help Liam?
Mukli, what are you doing?
I need to come back.
The first thing you do when I say is your turn is not ask other people what you should do. You already do
Right.
something.
1, 2, 3, 4.
So you're turning your tail to this guy that was right in front shooting at you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do they get scared away by the bear charging them?
No. Especially when it ran away.
And then I'm gonna go. If I move. Yeah, I can get them on my next turn. So,
Why is the bear hiding behind me?
Okay. So the bears, you're gonna just
can
stand
I
there.
do my tribal wrath as a bear or no?
You know the answer to that. You can't cast when you're a bear, right? Alright. Is that the end of your turn? Alright. Roll for
Great.
Grit.
grit.
Oh,
Lisa, go ahead and roll your d6. You're gonna need that every turn. You've just been forgetting about it. So
Yes.
now you have an extra grit up to your max, unless you're already at
Nope, I needed it.
1.
I'm
Okay.
not hiding behind you. I'm making sure I can reach someone.
There's
Did
a-
Dad get his?
He's at max.
I saw
Okay.
there's like a
Did he roll
cavalry
a grit
code.
though?
Yeah.
So he
Let's
can
see,
use
get
it
a
as an
grit back
extra
when you
movement.
roll a 6.
Roll another d6 and he can add that to his movement
Did you
dice.
see someone?
If you're already at
with
your
a
max
six?
grit when you get a roll for grit, you can
Didn't you say
increase
one
your
of them was
movement
a
instead.
Oh, okay.
So roll a d6 for him,
Great white.
and he'll actually have additional movement this
We need
turn.
a tiger shark first. And
So
then
what's that mean? He gets 5 extra
No,
movements?
Yeah, so he can basically
9? Is that
run
all you saw?
because he found that extra courage and he can dash.
Okay, so he can go 9 spaces.
Okay.
Which I don't even know which one he is.
So Bell or
She's in
Sarah
the shootout
Ellen is
at
up.
the moment,
So
so.
it's my turn.
No, it's Sarah Ellen first.
Okay, move me up. If you move me up 4, I have a range of 6 to shoot, so I'll be able to shoot at those guys.
Yeah, and if you shoot from that corner space,
You
you,
can
you
hit
will
it.
also
just-
you will have
right,
cover
just
when they
move me
shoot
up to the
back at
corner.
you. You're basically peeking
Right.
around the building.
And you can hit any of them.
Okay,
Any or
so
all of them. I'm not sure how many guns you have.
so I am using my
Select
Dead
two.
Man's Iron, which gives me 3 shots plus 1 to undead.
They're
They're
not
not
undead.
undead.
Nope, they're the apple cobbler.
Wait, there's
gang.
a dead
Right.
in this?
They're not undead.
Yeah.
So I get a plus 1.
No, they're bandits. Plus
I
1
don't like
damage
it.
if they're undead.
Oh, okay.
Like zombies
Well,
and guys.
that's a 2 plus 1, so I'll still have 3, right? So
Yeah.
that
Plus
gun's-
1 damage.
yeah,
So you're using 1 pistol and you're shooting it 3 times.
correct.
Once at each of them, or
Can't you use both pistols?
She could use both pistols, but then she can't do like fanning or the extra abilities that she has.
I
It's
can
up to
use
her.
Deadeye shot token to add 2 damage
Correct.
to 1, so I'm going to do that.
So roll your hits first, and then to hit, and then as many hits as you have, you can decide how you're.
So I
spreading
rolled
them out.
3 because I
Yep.
had. Yep. Okay.
That's a rock and a half.
Oh, that wasn't great.
So you have 1 hit. Now you could use a
Right.
grit to re-roll the other 2 dice if you want, where you can save them.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I just got 2 grits back, but I'm done. I'm going to try and clean
That's
this.
kind of
mess
why you
up.
get them before Liam gets plugged.
I have to be defending myself
A
quite
6.
well. for
Okay,
this
so you got
situation.
1
So
crit
I-
and 1 hit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
came to help.
So I need.
You need to roll damage for each one of those.
Salvation.
So red D6.
For 2 of them,
Well,
right?
first off, you got 2 hits.
Yes.
You need to decide how you're assigning those 2 hits to the guys there.
And when do I assign my dead eye?
After all
Okay.
your damage. So you
Well, I'm
can-
shooting at 2 different guys.
Okay, so like the first 2.
Yep.
Okay, so the first guy is your crit, and the second guy is your normal. So that's your
5.
crit, okay, and your second one is your
5.
okay. So as you pull your pistol out and you do 3 quick shots, your very first shot, which you had more time with and you aimed at, goes right through the guy's chin and right through his jaw, comes out the other side with a big blood spurt, and he's dead.
Ew.
Okay, so 111's out.
So I didn't have to leave.
Hello, pizza man.
All right.
So
And
The
then
second shot, as
Not
you
macaroni and cheese.
as you plug that, or as you pull back that shot and hit that guy, you hit him in the shoulder really hard. Unless you want to apply a dead man shot, then that will kill him.
yeah, I'm applying the dead man
Okay.
shot because I got plenty to go with.
All right. So in that case, your extra damage from that kills that guy.
I didn't have to leave.
There we go.
Woo,
And
fun.
AJ goes before me, so 1.
You guys had me. You were coming for me. I got to get you out of this mess.
We're like the slayers of the group.
Yeah,
We're
we
just
are.
massacring everyone.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kim. Roll
Am
a
I a
D12
slayer?
or D2D. Hold back the
If I
darkness
slay
check.
him,
You haven't really picked that many.
if I kill him,
7.
if I
A
kill
7.
him.
We should keep a kill counter to see who's killed the most enemies.
I haven't killed anyone.
Not
Except
just
for that
humans,
night
like
terror.
monsters and stuff.
I think the only thing I've
Okay.
killed is
And you killed those 2.
Right. So what's anything that can I have time to go to the bathroom?
Yep. We'll take a break right here. We'll
Okay.
pause right before Bell's turn. How's that?
No.
Makes sense.
Do you guys want to quit for the night or keep going for
Keep
about
going, keep
like
going.
Keep going
probably
for-
half an hour or more?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
go for a little bit longer.
We have to see what happens.
Where
Yeah,
am-
we have church in the
Oh,
morning, so.
I'm missing a bandit. I thought I was. Kim, I need you to roll a D6.
D5.
3.
All right, another bandit shows up in that.
This one?
Yep, right there at the
Freaking
corner.
bandits.
Alright, I won't leave.
If you slay the leader of a gang, do you get such?
We totally didn't
It's
have a
not
pizza party
permanent.
with
It's
the
one turn.
We
All right,
totally didn't have
welcome
a
back.
pizza party with the
All
bandits.
right.
We're picking up where we left
We
off,
have 2 wounds.
and
Me and my friend
Sarah Ellen
went
had
out
just
to
taken out 2 of the
railroad tracks
bandits.
behind our house.
Another
And
bandit
found a
showed up.
bunch of, like, abandoned railroad spikes. And
What is the bandit's range?
You don't know, but so far they've not had any problem shooting at you.
I'm thinking it's just a
What
common pistol.
The bandits are going to
Oh, that's right, it's their move.
take their turn.
I'll protect you.
Oh, I
And
thought
we
they
roll
went-
for grit
Behind
every
me.
You
turn.
just did roll for grit.
I know, but I'm saying
yeah, every
every
time.
turn.
And then Kim,
You're
when
up
I
for
tell
grit.
Kim to roll for darkness, she should be reminding you if I forgot that everybody should roll for grit.
So at the start of the round,
Right.
Okay.
This guy's going to stay in place, and he's going to take a shot at Clay. So you need 3 dice, 3 attack dice.
No, so we need 3 defense dice.
This guy is going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and shoot Clay in the back.
so by the corner.
Up 1 more.
I'm getting that shit kicked off.
I had 9 shots.
This
at
guy
him.
here
They're
is
Push them all.
You
this
don't
guy
have
here
any
is going to move
wounds.
up right across from Liam in the barrel.
This guy.
Yeah. Actually, this guy is not going to do that. He's going to back up 1 right over here
Scared.
and go into cover. That guy's going to go across there into cover.
Oh, they're scared.
They saw us like chaining attacks, and now they're spreading out.
They saw like a little grizzly face peeking over your shoulder. Hello.
Current health. I'm down to 12, right? Since I have 2 wounds.
Yes.
I have 4 wounds.
But don't raise it or anything yet.
I'm at 5 health.
Yeah, my health is
Or no, I'm at 6.
-2.
My health's at 6.
Oh no, -4. I'm at 6 health.
Give me a second. I got to figure out what shooting around the corner looks like.
Peekaboo.
Leaning around corners and doors.
I'm cold in here too. My feet are freezing, and I have socks and slippers on.
Well, that's why I had to put the blanket over my knees, because if not, I'd be like Dad when he stood up.
Okay, to lean around the corner, Lex, that guy is going to go onto the line, both spaces there, in between. So he splits that one. And that guy's going to do the same thing. Okay? So they're leaning around from corners, so they get cover if they get shot from this direction. But they can still shoot around. But you can hit them back. Okay? So you can target them, but they get shot with cover.
If I run up right to him, would he still have cover?
No,
Okay.
cover only applies to range shots, not to melee shots.
Alright.
Okay, so this bandit shooting at Liam. Liam, take 3 attack dice. This bandit is shooting at Liam. Take 3 attack dice.
I'm sorry.
And Clay, you now have 6 attack dice coming at you.
Anything above a 5?
One
Roll
hit.
all 6 at one time.
I need you to roll your sets in 2 groups of 3 because one guy is going to have cover. I need you to roll all 6 of yours at the same time.
I
Roll
did.
3.
I blocked. all
Okay,
Roll 3.
so you blocked all of them?
There was only 1 hit and I blocked it.
Okay,
Okay, now roll your other 3.
that's the first guy from him shooting at cover. And then your next guy. I only see 2. Quit dropping it into the top.
I should. Wow.
So those are all misses?
1, 2,
1,
3.
2, and 3.
Okay, those are all misses. Anything 5 or higher is a hit on this.
6.
Okay, roll defense.
He only gets 1, right?
He rolls the number of defense dice as there are hits.
Yeah, 1.
You're
That's
supposed to,
that one.
yeah, white defense dice. Okay,
Oh.
now roll cover. So you need to roll a.
I think of what else.
Just set that one over with the 6 so we're keeping clear what's up there.
This guy missed you.
Oh, he was shooting. The low numbers were shooting
Right.
me.
They have
They
to
were
get a
shooting.
5 or
Yeah.
6.
Give me a second. I think a barrel is
I didn't want
cover
mine.
5.
Right.
I was thinking I needed high numbers.
Yeah,
So
you need
I-
high numbers on the fence and
We haven't had to use it yet because you guys have been dodging everything.
I did.
Barrel's a cover
Yeah,
4.
which guy
Crate
are
is a
you
cover
drawing for?
5. So roll another defense, or
Go
roll
for that.
another dice, white dice, and this is
Yeah,
cover,
really go for that.
and you need a 4 or higher.
Oh, okay.
To
Cause
Now the shot is determining whether it hits the barrel or not.
2.
2.
Okay, so it goes past, it hits you, past the barrel, and past your attempt to dodge it, so that one hits you. So roll a d6 or I'm sorry, that one takes,
A red one for
nope,
one.
that's just 2 damage. Those guys don't,
That gives you 4 points.
enemies don't roll damage. 2 damage to, that guy's been chewing you up. This guy got the drop on you, shot you from behind, and surprised, you must have surprised him because all 3 shots go right past your ear. All right, Liam, roll your dice. You're finished,
Yeah.
and that was those 4 attacks. Okay, bandits are done, and Bell is up.
Fred?
What is the bandits initiative?
5. They're right before Bell.
Do hostiles always go before heroes?
Depends.
Is there any stores that you can go in and rummage anything out of?
In
No.
the middle of a
It's the middle
firefight?
of the
Bell,
day
Bell's
in the
not
middle of
doing
a
anything.
firefight.
Well, I was going to come this way after them, but you guys got a guy over here who's got a lot of wounds
I
on him, so
got
I'm
him.
trying to get close to him so I
Okay.
can heal him.
I got it.
All right, that's Bell's
Heal
turn. Liam, you're up.
How?
I will.
You're a bear.
Oh, can I just leap those barrels?
I can turn back.
That
How,
will take
2?
you 2 action instead of just
Go
1.
Jump
1,
on my
2,
back.
3, 4, 5. Get right up close to him and hit him.
Okay.
Say hello.
You hit him with your hammer.
Yeah.
Door.
2 hits.
Okay.
Nice.
3 damage for 1, and I roll again, right? 5. So 8
Okay.
damage.
The first one, you go and swing at him, and he dodges it and goes, and it hits into the ground. But from there, you bring your hammer up again, and you clock him, and it gets him right under the chin, and he He stumbles back, but he is not dead.
With 8 damage, he's not dead.
You didn't give him 8 damage. You gave him 3 damage and 5 damage.
Oh.
Didn't that make 8?
All right.
No, I'm confused too.
You took 2 swings. It was just like I described.
Because he
The
might
first-
have like a -2 armor.
The first swing that would have given him 3 damage, he just ducked out to the side and the hammer hit the ground.
Okay.
The second hammer came, the second swing came from there, hit him in the chin, and he took 2 damage from it. Or
So
took,
he dodged my first hit.
correct.
Okay.
Can I shoot over that
How much I
hangman's
It
platform?
depends on what you roll.
They have defense just like you guys do, except I don't roll for it. It's automatic.
You can use this as cover, just like a barrel or a crate.
But can I? I have a range of 6. Can I shoot that guy that's shooting at Clay?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually,
He's only 4, so.
well, you got to count like we do when we're moving. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
It's going that way.
Okay.
I was wondering if I.
1,
Oh, this
2,
guy.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah.
How much damage do you have, Leon?
None. I'm fine.
The only
Okay.
ones that twins are these 2.
All right. Is it my turn?
It is Imukles and Clays.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprisingly agile.
I'm
my
going to
character.
go, since you 2 got it, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. Surprise him.
Alright, so you're attacking as a bear?
Yeah.
Alright, make your attack.
That was unexpected.
That's just him bouncing his bone around up there.
So
That's what it sounds like.
So get your melee page out. How
It's
many
really
how many
thumpy.
combat do you have?
Sounds like a stomp.
2.
Plus,
For my bears, so.
still on your melee page.
Oh.
Look under your notes.
Shouldn't have any-
I don't have a notes.
Right there on the top.
Oh, yeah. Plus 1. So 3.
Okay, so 3 combat. What's your 2 hit?
4 plus.
Okay?
1.
Okay, so you got 1 hit, roll for damage.
We are the apple clobbers.
Unless you wanted to roll, you use your grit to re-roll those other 2 dice.
Yeah.
What? It's true.
That was
How
bad.
much damage does he have?
That guy
None.
there's, he's not been hit yet.
I said we needed
Yeah.
So you got
we
3
needed
hits,
to
roll
name, so I
damage.
said we're the apple
Okay, so-
clobblers.
Red dice, 3 damage.
And they're the apple cobbler gang. Yeah.
Apple clocker.
5 and
Yes,
3 to
yeah.
1.
Okay, so you come up, sneak up from behind him, and
And
you
I
give him
slam-
2 swipes and a bite on his neck. The first swipe misses, you misjudge the distance. The second one misses, you misjudge the distance. The third one, you clamp down on his shoulder with your jaw and bite into him, and blood spurts out, but he is still standing.
How does it taste?
Tastes like blood.
Salty.
You want me to punch you and find out?
Salty.
How much damage does he have?
Now,
That guy's been bit in the shoulder by the bear and he's bleeding bad. That guy still has his arm hanging, but he's still.
Alright. When I
Which
tell
one
him,
has the most damage right now?
That guy's been bitten on the arm and he's bleeding.
won't tell
This
us.
guy's arm is broken
since
and
we don't know
and he's still shooting.
what
I'd
their
say
total
it's
is.
relatively
here,
the same.
Uncle Jim, when I kill him, can you say bring my paw down and crack his back?
On your next turn, you certainly can.
Yay!
In fact, you can describe it to me rather than just saying I hit him 3 times, 5, 3, 1. You could say
Okay.
I bring my first claw and scrape him down the back, and I will tell you. And as you do that, he twists and it glances off of him. Okay,
Invigorated
so
by the
the
blood.
more you describe, the less I have to.
So whose turn is it?
It is now Clay's.
Blood tastes good.
You have 9 movement available.
Taste the blood.
Vampire bear.
Just like Finding Nemo. Taste
So
the blood,
if I
go on a
move over
rampage.
here, is he no longer behind the barrel?
Yeah, if you get the whole way
If you
over.
get all the way
He
down
wants
at
to
the end
come
of the
down.
street, you would have a straight shot at him.
If you're
Two.
adjacent.
Just go for it.
It's so
Straight
cute.
2.
Me too. And
1,
now
2.
I can shoot straight at him.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm gonna shoot at him with my pistols again, which have a range of 6, and I have 2 shots.
Okay.
2 threes.
What's your 2 hit value?
4.
On your range page at the top, 2 hit.
4 plus.
Okay, so those are both misses unless you're going to use a grit.
I'm gonna use a grit.
You can re-roll as many
We
of
need to
those
get
as you
you
like.
a gun.
1 grit for both of them.
1 grit will let you reroll up to as many dice as you want on a turn. Or on a action.
Does
No, you have
A 4 and a 2, so I got
No,
1 hit.
no,
First off, you need to erase the grit,
How much damage did you do?
and then you roll for
This is
damage.
hard then.
How much damage did you do?
I think I did 4.
I have 5 health.
4.
Okay,
Because
so
my
you,
railroad spike one shots
uh,
up. It does 5 damage.
you run up and you
How much
quick shoot that guy and hits him in the belly, and he's like, oh, and he goes, falls dead.
He's just
Got
like,
shots, he's dead.
oh, that fuck.
All right, next round, I need you to roll a
No, 'cause
darkness roll.
It was like, you like in the morning
Let's
when
do
you
this,
like
right?
switch
Now
your
a
back.
darkness roll. So we roll for our.
Wait till she's finished. 2d12 or 2d6.
6.
Okay. And everybody roll for grit.
Oh yeah, I got a 1.
I get a 1. See?
You know it's 0, right?
Just,
I got a 4!
Said you have to be at 0 for your 4 to work, right?
Okay. I
What's your
need
max grit?
3 different.
Roll 1, yeah.
I need 3 different d6.
Well, you mean at the start of each recovery.
I got a 3.
I got a 5.
Plus
I got a
1
6.
grit on a roll of 4.
Oh no.
3. Okay.
He's on the roof.
Oh, that's
Lexi,
what you were
take
talking
this guy.
Jeez.
Put him on the roof right there.
Ah!
Right in that same corner where the rest of the bandits are.
Just turn it upside down and stick him in it. We'll know that the blue's the
It's
roof.
not hard if she can manage to not.
Where's this?
What was the other rolls?
A
6 and a 5.
6.
Okay, I need you guys to both. A 5 and a 6. Re-roll both of those dice. Actually, take that back. Re-roll those as D8s.
Alright.
That's this one, right?
I got an 8.
I got a 2.
Okay. This one shows up right there with the rifle. Put that guy on that one. And a 2. He shows up on that building.
Ow!
That farthest corner. No, building 2 on that corner. There you go. Put him on the roof.
Why are there so many?
What you see this turn is you see 3 more bandits pop up.
One
They
big
are
apple
on the roof of
gang.
the
I saw 3 of them.
general
This is a
store
crappy
and the
gang.
blacksmith's office.
The blacksmith is burnt
Blacksmith is
down.
burnt down.
Yeah, how can he be on the roof?
Put him back one.
Over here?
Yeah, right there.
That's better.
It's
Be on the
burned
roof
down.
of a burned
He
down
looks like
building.
he's about to jump
And
on
they
me.
have rifles, and they're training their rifles on you guys. You guys rolled your grit.
Can I do a Spartan
Yeah, I
kick?
didn't get any.
Everybody did a roll for grit.
Yes.
Okay, and claim it if you got it, and you're up.
Oh, I always thought you were missing me.
I think we
So-
this guy blood.
Oh, I thought there was a guy on the roof here.
No, that's
No,
the
that's
blacksmith.
blacksmith
that's
that's
burned
burned
down.
Oh, okay.
We moved him back over there.
All right.
He's in with the.
I'm
mutants.
gonna do a.
Like that.
From where I'm at, I can shoot at that guy and the guy beside Liam.
From where you are, you can shoot at
I mean, I got a.
this guy at a range
Great.
6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You cannot shoot this guy, but you can shoot at this guy.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at that guy and this guy because I get 3 shots.
Okay, so you're gonna peek around the corner and shoot at this guy peeking around the corner. So move your guy up to the line in between the two. So you guys are basically shooting around the corner, just like you see in the westerns, peek and shoot now. So both of you shoot at each other with cover, is what it
Maybe
amounts
they
to.
had a gun barrel.
So 3 shots.
Remember how in Imperial Assault
it's
you
like a
could
bendy
shoot and then
straw.
hide back and he couldn't return fire? Well, in this, you go halfway in between the squares so that you're still exposed in cover.
It's like a bendy barrel, like a bendy straw.
Okay, what's your 2
A
hit?
4, a 6, and a 3.
So you only
3
get
or more to
bonus
hit, so I
Okay,
hit.
so you got all 3
I
hits.
get all 3 hits.
You got a crit.
Okay.
So I'm putting the
Who's
crit
Brimstone
down at that guy
Magus?
down there.
This
Oh,
guy here?
No, that's
Do I have to
for
name these
fuel
other
guy.
2 shots now, or can I wait and see what
Remember?
that?
No, you have to assign
Okay.
hits after you roll.
I'm assigning.
It's what?
These other hits to this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, don't waste
So then you roll damage, and the damage you need to roll specifically
She
against the
killed him, and now she's gonna hurt him.
The one you rolled for this one, since you assign them to different targets, you need to roll the damage.
If they're different
independently.
targets, I can only use a dead eye on one of them, right?
You can use as many dead eyes in a turn as you want.
Oh,
No,
you
you
may
can take
not
actions.
use more than 1 dead eye shot token per hit.
Right, so you couldn't
Yeah.
use more than 3 dead eyes.
Oh,
shots.
okay.
Yeah, I can too.
So only roll one at a time because you're rolling against the crit
Okay.
first. So that's your crit damage, and then you're rolling the other 2 against that. Those can both be together
Oh.
because it's against a person. Okay. So against this one guy here, you, unless you use a dead
I'm using
eye,
a dead eye, adding 2 damage.
okay. And because you lined up that shot as your first shot, that one goes right into his cheek. And because you have 3 damage, he goes over dead.
Alright.
Yes.
Ow.
I know.
And
I didn't
your
kill
other
him.
2
This
shots.
guy was wounded, right?
Mm-hmm.
The other 2 shots.
I think he's dead above.
Yes, he has the big.
You fire
big
2
blade.
shots at him, and both of those connect in both the sides of his butt cheeks. One
Yeah.
butt cheek and the other butt cheek, and he's like, "Oh!" and he goes over dead.
Do they deflate?
So they got butt shot.
That's not.
You
Listen.
had to do it in front of me.
Lexi, that's not how butts work. You don't shoot someone in the butt and then it deflates.
Now, if I didn't move all my moves, if I didn't move, can I get
You
behind
got shot
that?
in the butt. She
Like,
asked
would
if
I
your
be able
butt
to
deflated.
hide behind that hangman's
How
thing for the
butts
roof
work.
people?
The way we're doing it is move and then your action.
Okay. Well, that's fine then.
Because I don't want you to be
'Cause I
able to
didn't
like
move.
come out and attack and then move back in again, because that's not how that would work.
Alright.
So down the road, as we get more proficient, we may switch to multiple actions and multiple movement,
Can
staggered
people,
movement.
can
and stuff
people
like
on the bottom shoot people on the roof?
that. It works just like you're being on the roof. If this person is looking straight up the wall, they can't see the person on the roof. So somebody here could shoot somebody on the roof. Somebody on the roof could shoot somebody here. This person will have cover from being behind a wall on the roof.
And
So
can
you don't-
Lexi get on the roof as a bear?
As a bear, you can get on the roof. You have to go inside the building for your movement and then spend your action, and then you'd be on the roof of that building.
Okay.
That goes the same for
So
all
wait,
of us, right?
if I
Correct.
go in here, can I just Sparta this guy off and him land on that?
Say that again.
She
If
wants
I
to
go
kick
in
him
here,
off
can
the
I
roof
push
and
him off the roof and he land on him?
You could melee attack him. If you melee attack him,
Could
you could try a push if you want to do a push and see if you can push him off the roof.
Would he land on him then?
I don't know, but you could try.
Be like,
Okay,
"Dang."
anyway, whose turn is it now? I'm like so confused.
It
anymore.
is the bandit's turn.
Yeah.
Question. This bandit is going to shoot at 1,
No one.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's going to shoot at Sarah Ellen from here.
11.
He's
Holy
He's
crap.
got a rifle.
Oh, I thought he was still
So
using
Sarah
his
Ellen,
pistol.
you need to take 2 shots against you.
I don't get to defend.
Yeah,
you will,
need to
but
defend.
grab 2 black dice being shot at you. This guy here is going to run back 6 shots or 6 steps. 1, 2. He's going to run back 6 or 5.
And I can chase him.
Come back.
Move him back 1 more. Is he now within 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he'll only move back 5. And then he's going to shoot at you. So you take 3 dice.
Alley fight.
This guy here is shooting at
He missed all his shots.
you. So you take 2 more dice. Sarah, you take 2 more shots at you.
2 more.
No,
I didn't take any yet.
Okay. 2 more shots are coming at you from another guy.
So shoot
No,
now.
no.
Don't
you
roll
Oh.
anything yet. He's giving you 2 shots, meaning grab 2 black dice.
Okay.
This guy's shooting at you. Grab 2 black dice.
Alright.
This guy's shooting at.
Roll them all one time.
He's shooting at nobody, so he's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 up on top of the the
In the corner?
thing, and then he's gonna shoot at Clay. Or at the bear, sorry. You can see the bear right there. Actually, he could see the bear from back where he was.
Tranquilize.
He'll stay right there, that's fine. He's gonna shoot at the bear.
Oh.
So, Lexi, you take 2 shots.
So, Lexi, you take 2 shots. Okay, those are the bandit attacks. There should be 4 of them. Everybody get ready. 2 dice for each attack. Roll them.
I got
AJ,
two.
Or AJ has 3 because he has.
Missed all of them anyways.
Okay.
Ah.
Anything with a 5 or higher is a hit.
No, I got 2 5s.
Okay, so all misses from those guys.
Lexi has 2 5s.
All right.
I'm a good target.
Roll defense against those.
Oh, wait, those are wins. Those are defense. 5 and a 2.
Okay, on your one is a 5 of defense. No.
Mhm. Yeah.
What's your defense?
On your thing, what's your defense?
What is your defense?
As a bear.
No, she doesn't get extra defense as a
Myself
bear. She gets
is
armor.
+4.
Okay, so you have +4 defense. So you defeated one of them.
That's
Now you roll armor.
So roll another white dice.
Okay, what's your armor value?
All of our armor rolls have been 1.
5.
Okay, so that's a miss. So you take 2 hits.
Oh, come on.
Oh,
I-
I'm sorry. He's got a rifle. You take 4 hits.
I have 2 health left. No.
Maybe you should stand out in the middle of the town then.
And maybe you should do like I said and get back towards me where I can start healing you.
Yeah.
Or do you have a bandage? Maybe you should use a bandage in
I'm
your
a
side
bear.
bag. Well, maybe you should switch out a bear and use a bandage
Yeah,
and
you
hide in a building.
I have no bandage.
You don't have to just stand out there and take hits in the middle of the square.
Well, actually,
is he just really resilient to bullets, or is he
All right,
agile?
next,
dodging?
Belle, you're up.
Who?
No,
They
Liam.
Oh.
He's
did
got
their thing.
he's got a
Yes.
defense of 3. But as a 19-year-old, I don't think he's like absorbing gun
Liam,
shots.
you're on deck. Be ready to go.
I'm just confused.
Okay, you're done.
Yeah, because I can't shoot nobody, so.
We have done a lot of wandering around back here throughout the.
I was initially going to come back here and
That's
get
fine.
these, come
Liam,
up
you're up.
behind these guys, and then everybody started getting
Let's see,
injured.
can you move me just right in front of that guy?
You have
Chasing
5
him down.
movement.
Yeah, because of my hat.
Oh, got that movement
Can
hack.
I heal myself?
No hits.
2 misses.
Oh.
Any
Ah.
grit?
I'm spending a grip.
Let's get our horses and get out of this town.
Ow.
Do
Yes,
the
you
apple
had that
dumpling
one
gang
time.
to try and recover themselves.
1 hit.
Okay. Roll for damage.
Roll a damage. Come on, kill him. Oh.
And that one, he's like, he sees your first swing and it misses, and he's used to that by now. And you go to swing under, chop his feet out from under him, and he jumps up above it, and the hammer goes right underneath his feet.
And flies out into the woods.
No, you got a good grip on it.
All right, Mukli or Clay, one of you two.
Do I still
Lexi,
have
go
9
get
movement?
healed. Get back there.
You still have no. You didn't. that was
Immediately, I'm
last
yelling
time.
over. You need to get some health.
You're not close enough.
I am. I'm right across from the
All right,
headman's
who's
thing.
going? Who's going?
Yeah, you can
Lexi,
yell.
move towards me, please.
Lexi, what are you doing?
I don't. If I move here, can I be hit?
If you move directly underneath him, you can be hit by this guy.
If
He'll
you
probably
hide
shoot
in
at
the
you.
building, nobody can hit you.
Really?
Yeah, they can't shoot
1,
down
2,
through the roof.
3, 4. Would that be in? Right
No.
here, where he is. Because he's on the
1,
roof.
2,
That's the
3. You
doorway.
cannot go inside the building on that.
You can get in this building.
You
and
could
then
go
nobody
inside
can
this
hit
That's
you.
no
That's the
building.
Actually,
Blacksmith.
blacksmith. You're right. You could go 1, 2, 3. You could get past that in the door.
If she went down along the thing, you could get down the bell to get.
Healed.
But then I could get shot by those two.
If you went around and got behind her, they would have to shoot at her instead of you. You can't shoot through
How
her.
many movement do you have?
4.
Is that it then? Yeah, I don't think so.
All right,
Okay, Clay, you're up.
she's seating both guys on the roofs.
If I take one on,
I can
I'm
still
right
be
here,
shot.
right? So I go one diagonal, and then 3 more. I can shoot at that guy on the roof. Move me 4 there, hon.
What's your range?
Okay.
1,
Now don't go over the barrel. It costs 2, right?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now, do I have range on him?
What's your range?
6.
She can.
Oh,
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, plus 1 for going up. So yeah, you could shoot at him.
So I'm gonna shoot at him
Moogly, am I close enough to shoot one of
again
those guys
with
on the
my
roof?
What's your
6.
range?
pistol, and I have
You could shoot that guy. You can't hit that guy.
2
Yes, you can.
2 shots.
Not
She's
when
gonna
you
add one
I
up.
rolled
Up
2.
1 for going up.
I rolled 2, right?
No, look,
Did you
one,
take
However
Just
many
shot
shots
chest.
you're taking.
only.
Lex, it costs 2 for every 2 you
4
go
and
by.
3.
Are they hits?
What's your hits? 4.
Even for range.
4.
Got 1.
Unless you want to re-roll with a grit. When you're shooting and attacking, you should only ever be looking at your ranged page. Unless you're checking your grit value.
Well, I was looking at. Oh, there it says range
Yeah.
to hit.
These pages are laid out in very logical. If you're meleeing, you look at your
Yeah,
melee
yeah.
page.
Reroll.
Range page, when
I'm
you're
gonna
getting shot at, you
re-roll
look
that
at your front
3
stats
to
page.
I
get
think
rid of
I've
my
got
other grit.
memorized now. DM.
So you're re-rolling one of those dice for a grit?
Yep.
Okay.
3. And now I have another hit.
Okay, roll damage.
6 and a 2.
Okay, you find your first shot, and it goes right past his shoulder and misses. You go for your second shot, and you hit him, and
He falls backwards off the building and dies.
catches him right in the stomach, and he goes boom, and falls backwards and is dead.
Ew.
For 2 damage?
6.
Oh, 6.
So that guy there is dead.
No.
No,
This
that
one.
guy.
That guy.
Or I'm sorry, this guy here.
Can you stop spawning in bandits, please?
All right, that's the end of your turn. Mookly, you moved, right? All right, next round, do a roll for darkness, and everybody roll for grit.
7.
Okay.
So you roll for me.
Most
See, you got one back.
No, it says at the start of each turn. Is this the
Yeah.
start of
Yes.
Yeah.
At that 0 grit, recover 1 grit on a roll of +4.
Right. So you
So
got
I
one
get
back.
4, I get a grit back.
Yes.
Yeah, correct.
I don't have to wait till my turn.
No,
It's the start
we're
of
just
the
doing
round.
it all at the
So
same
you
time.
get a
so we
grit,
don't miss.
and then you can still roll for grit normal.
Why isn't it?
Anytime you're at 0, you roll an extra dice. If you get 4 or higher, you get a grit. So now you got a grit.
Okay.
Now, roll for grit. That wasn't a roll for grit. That was an extra roll because you have an ability that allows you to do that.
No.
It says recover 1 grit on a roll of 4.
Right.
He doesn't.
Anytime you're grit at the start of your turn.
So I have to wait till my turn to do that.
No, it's the start of the round. It says, right? Does it say at the start of
At
your
the
round?
start
Yeah,
of each turn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
if
just
at
doing it.
0,
When we do the roll for grit.
recover +1 grit on a roll of +4.
Actually, we're gonna do the roll for grit at the beginning of the round. So that's the roll for grit. If you missed that and you didn't get any grit, then when it comes your turn, then you do
I
that
got
dice.
a 4 the first time.
Okay, so put 1 grit down. Or you got a grit.
Yes.
you just said that
You
at the
got a
start
grit.
of the round,
Just-
that's
you
a
got-
roll for grit.
That is going to be at the start of the turn. When Kim says roll for grit at the start of the round and everybody rolls, that's a roll for grit.
Isn't that what we just did?
Yes, you need to get a 1 in order to get
Okay,
grit
I
on
didn't.
that.
I got a
okay.
4.
Then that thing applies when,
It's
your
my turn, so I
Right.
didn't get a grit.
Right. So
Okay.
do
That's
it
what I
at the
was
start of
saying.
your turn. But you have to remember that.
Yeah,
I'm not
I'm
going to
gonna
remind
remember.
you. Okay. All right.
Lucky dice.
Sarah Ellen is up.
All right, move me 2 towards that roof so I can shoot at both of those guys.
You want?
Here?
Can I shoot at that one in the far
You might want
far
to take her
corner?
diagonal a little bit.
Yes, you can hit both of those guys.
I'm a 6 range. Okay.
Both of those guys will be cover when you shoot at them, which
So
I
I'm
forgot
doing
to do.
3
for you.
shots.
Forget about it.
Why are they?
Because they're peeking out over the roof.
Because they can just lie flat on the roof.
Right.
You can't.
You can't see their whole bodies when they're
So
on
I'm
the
doing
roof
3
looking up.
shots,
So
and
you're
I'm
hitting
shooting at
the
2
head
different
and
people.
head.
But you should have an easier chance to hit them in the head.
Okay, how are you assigning those hits?
Okay, 6 to the closest one,
Okay.
5 to the other one.
All right. Both of those guys are rolling for cover. We'll say they have a cover.
I thought I get to roll for cover.
4.
Oh, you're rolling for cover.
I'm rolling there.
Okay.
Alright, so this guy is missed because he has a cover 4. Your crit still gets through. So roll for damage.
With that covered 4, I can't do anything with these shots?
No.
Okay. 2 for damage.
That cover 4 was my cover for my band.
Okay.
He had
What
cover
color
from
are
the
you
roof.
using?
I've been using the,
Okay.
You only roll 1 dice.
no, I rolled 2 dice right here.
No. 1 damage
Oh,
dice
okay,
against
well,
one
I rolled
dice.
double 6s,
Alright.
so 6.
Alright.
Because
You
it's
you line up your shots. Your first one you shoot at that guy goes wide over his head because his body's not exposed. The next one you hit goes right into his forehead, just like in the movies, and then he falls forward straight out off the top of the building, boom, right into the front of the door.
Alright,
And
so I
he
didn't
is-
have to use a quick shot,
He is dead.
but that guy's gonna shoot at me this next round.
Alright, next up, bandits. There are no new bandits that you see
Oh, thank God.
coming onto the. How come I still have 2, right? This one's going to shoot it. This one's going to go back up to Lexi. This one's backing up to onto the space in between, shooting around the corner on the
In
line.
between.
This one is shooting at you.
At who?
At Sarah Ellen.
Me.
So Sarah Ellen, you take 2 dice,
I take
and AJ, you take 3. Actually, yeah, he's on the roof with the rifle.
He missed all his shots.
He has 1
5
hit.
to 4.
Roll defense.
I'm just scaring him.
Roll your defense against. He has 1 hit. You need to roll defense.
He's being chased around by a crazy teenager.
So you take 4 damage from that bandit.
That son of a gun.
Don't do it yet.
What?
Don't mark 4 damage.
Yeah.
No,
No,
you
he's
just shoot
giving.
it.
He's
Oh,
giving.
oh,
it.
he's giving me the
Don't-
thing.
We do it
Okay.
at the end of the
That stuff
Okay.
at the end. Damage and money and all that junk. Okay. That's the end of the bandit's turn. Up is Belle.
I am going to go 1 because that still keeps me in cover from him because I'm still behind the wall and he can't see me. I'm still a space back from the wall.
Yeah, if you move up 1 more, he'll be
Yeah.
able to shoot at you.
But of course, he could always move. But that's okay. So
Wait,
I'm
is she
going
the
to go 1.
rogue of the group?
Who?
Quit interrupting while she's doing her turn.
And
What are
I'm
you
gonna
doing?
go, oh, poor bear.
Alright,
And
so
you
she
get to
heals
heal
1
one.
point of whatever she wants.
You get to heal wound.
Just
Alright.
one?
Wow, that's a lot of wounds.
That's why I'm trying to heal her.
I have 7.
Alright, Liam, you're up.
You're next to her when you move.
Alright, so you move me
So
right
you're still next to me.
next to the dude.
Okay?
1 more.
He's in both of those spaces, so you can't jump into
me?
that space.
Just move forward.
Attack with
I don't
2.
have to move.
Okay?
Yes, you do because you're still in shooting distance.
1 hit.
They'll shoot her.
This. It's an 8.
No one,
Alright.
no one is going
And
to
you
move
come down and
forward
you give
for-
him the big old swing like you're in the trailer
Oh,
or
man.
the carnivals, where you go
Huh?
boom, and it just collapses and the whole body goes like half as high as it was.
Like a soda can.
Yeah, just like a soda can.
There you go. Good
Alright, and
description.
he's dead.
I soda canned him.
Alright, so you guys start giving me those descriptions on how you're swinging your hammer. When you see you get an 8, tell me what you're doing.
Whenever I get an 8, I'm gonna soda cannon.
All
Just
right,
every
you can
time.
soda
My
cannon.
signature move.
All right, Lexi or Umukli, what are you doing? Quit looking at her. What are you doing?
So the bandit's going for her, so.
Alright.
1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You can just not move.
You are in range of the bandit at that point.
Yes, the bandit doesn't have to shoot at her. He can shoot at you if he wants to. Move forward too, so you're not in range anymore.
Okay.
And I go one closer to the wall, so you're hard.
All right, now I can't hit you. All right, is that what
Are
you're
you
doing?
going?
You cast any spells?
I can't.
You can cast spells. You
Not
just
as a
ain't-
bear.
You, no, if you change out of bear, you
Oh
can.
yeah.
But then it might. 1, 2.
Okay, the answer is no. Next round, give me a.
Did you take one off?
I was the.
Everybody do a roll for grit.
Yeah. Oh, what?
How come I didn't?
Great.
Don't I go after Imukuli?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You can go first.
You need to roll.
I forgot.
We get to re-roll.
Sure.
No, he's
I'll let
attacking.
you reroll. Chloe, what are
He
you
needs
doing?
to reroll for. It's the beginning of his
Oh,
turn.
beginning
Oh
of
yeah,
turn,
that 0 thing.
Yeah.
I need a 4. I got a 4.
Okay, so you get a grit, assuming you had 0 to start.
Yes,
I
he
had
did.
0. Okay, I'll mark that up. Now I can move 4.
You can charge out of that alley and shoot the dude off the roof.
1, 2, 3, 4. If I go up to no, I can't shoot him off the roof. I'm way back here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Let him decide. Quit playing his turn for him. What are you doing, Clay?
I'm gonna
He's-
come back this way. Move 4 back this way.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now roll for grit. Not you, everybody.
Oh,
Reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
oh.
So you still only get 1 bad total.
I got 2.
You guys like those dice towers all of a sudden?
Well, we didn't have one before on our end.
All right.
We're one now.
Sarah Ellen is up.
Do we need to do a darkness roll?
No.
I'm staying
Actually,
where
yes,
I'm at,
you need to do a darkness roll.
and
I
I'm
think
shooting
that-
at that guy. Oh, you are doing it this time?
4.
Okay.
I think we deserve a level up after this one.
Sarah Ellen, you're up.
We're
I'll
about to
say.
connect.
I'm heading over
we
for
killed
you.
up the-
Kill him
I'm
now.
shooting.
Wait. Before that, this bandit, realizing that he's the last guy standing and feeling pretty desperate, is going to
Suicide.
make an immediate attack.
Immediate suicide attempt.
I thought maybe he'd jump off the roof and kill him.
And he's going to shoot at Sarah Ellen. So
course
You can do like a superhero.
roll 2
right?
black. I'll roll. So he completely misses. Okay,
Oh,
your
thank
turn.
heavens. All right, I'm shooting back at him. 3 shots.
4,
I
1,
need
and
a
2.
4. I need a 3, so 1 shot hits him.
Okay, you can use grit if you want.
He's almost
I
dead.
am using grit. Is
Roll
he
the other.
almost dead?
Roll the other 2 dice.
I don't think he's winded at all.
Yeah,
is
he
he?
hasn't been
I'm
hit.
sure he's almost
You need
dead.
a
Yeah.
5.
He has not been hit.
Do we get a level up after this?
No, I don't know.
Do I?
7.
A 5, a 4, and a 3, so.
So you have 2 hits.
Yep, 2 hits.
No. 3.
Okay.
I thought you only needed 3.
What's your
I need
range 2
3.
hit value?
Well, you got a 3.
What? My
What's your 2 hit for range?
3.
Oh,
So then you
okay,
got 3
you got
hits.
Oh, okay.
That's what I said.
Right,
You got
3 is a
all
hit.
Together, yeah.
Well, it says 3 plus.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
I
got a
didn't know
3
we
or
had
higher.
any more than 3. Okay.
3 plus, 3 or higher. That's how everything's marked. All right, roll damage.
Damage. For each hit?
They're all on the same die, so you can roll them all at the same time.
Okay. 5, 4, 1.
Okay. Any grit?
His head just explodes.
No, I'm not doing grit.
Okay, so you fan off 3 shots at him. Your first shot goes wide. You bring the second shot in, and it hits him. Just nicks his shoulder there, and blood goes spurting out. And your final shot catches him in the other shoulder, spins him around, and he goes falls off onto the side of the
Is he
building.
dead?
And he's dead.
Alright, because if not, I'm giving him a dead eye. 'Cause
So,
I'm tired of these.
They have an armor of 2, right?
apple cobbler gang.
They have a defense of 3.
Oh.
So this is a miss. This is 1 damage, and that's 2 damage. But they have 3 health. So that's how I describe the shots, okay?
I thought
The
they had
shot was a
5
miss. This one was a flesh wound because 1 damage point hit him in the shoulder. This one hit him in the other shoulder for 2.
I was
and
using
now-
your descriptions to figure out like how much health they had.
Well, that's how I'm describing them, the hits and stuff. When you did your soda can, that's because it was all damage. That was from a crit, wasn't it? Then you critted and then soda canned him, right? So that was 8 damage to a guy with 3 health. I would call that squishing him in half. Now called the soda can.
Yeah.
All right, you guys are finished. You may all make a. You get to roll 1d3. Everybody else can do a 1d6 and apply that to health.
I got a 1.
And then you only get 1 point of recovery.
Can I
You
But
get to take 2 wins off.
What do I do if I have full?
Lisa, did you roll d6?
No.
What do I do if
Roll
I have full
D6.
health?
You can do 2 points of damage back. Anybody who doesn't want to recover damage
So
can
I
take
get
a
rid
grit
of 2
instead.
damage.
Yeah. Because
2 wounds.
But I'm already at full grip too.
Okay,
Okay.
under current health, that's what we're doing, right?
Yes.
I'm not.
I rolled a
4.
6,
So then you can take 6 points back.
but I got 4 wounds.
Right.
So
So you
I'm
could
minus
recover it. If
6.
you had existing injuries or existing sanity damage, you can recover 2 more points.
So then I can only
You're
increase.
fully healed.
You're fully healed.
Are you fully sanity?
Yeah.
Full sanity? So then you don't get anything extra for the extra 2 points.
All I got was rid of my wounds.
Right.
Right.
So give me all your wounds back. It's wounds or sanity, any totals. Lexi, you recovered yours? And if you didn't need wounds or sanity, you can take a grit.
And corruption, you can only heal by special effect.
Correct. Of which you don't have any knowledge of how or what's going on with that.
It's in the Indian trading post. You can get.
You haven't been to the Indian trading post yet.
Oh, Lexi has.
Okay. Any other special things for the end of this fight?
That is the end of the fight. You guys all come back together, realizing that you're the only ones in town, gathered together, and you see the sheriff and the deputy peek out of the
Burned out.
sheriff's office where they've been hunkered down and hiding this entire time.
Yeah, you're
They were
welcome.
in there.
The townsfolk start coming back, and the sheriff says, "Your group are the saviors of Fringe."
That's our name, Saviors
Saviors.
of Fringe.
Liam comes
We're the
walking around the
saviors.
corner, like, you won't believe what I just did. I just hit a guy so hard on the head, he got smashed flat.
He says, "I know." The sheriff says, "I saw that. It looked awesome." It was like you took a wooden barrel and smashed it in half.
How do you smash something in it?
It's not that
He
hard.
says, all things considered, I will talk to the judge and we will commute your sentence. And as the saviors of Fringe, you will be welcome here anytime.
He doesn't care about
And get a permanent 50% discount in all stores.
No.
Oh.
But you're not outlaws and not allowed to visit Fringe anymore. And if you want to get a permanent discount, we can talk about you helping us to rebuild the blacksmith shop.
Do they mind the bear that's just in
We'll
the
think
room?
about it every night and let you know.
All right.
Yeah, I'm
Fair
not
enough.
liking this town a whole
You
lot.
guys are welcome to stay
Yay,
tonight.
They
welcome
threw
the
us
bear.
out to the.
They're gonna comp us all rooms in the hotel.
All right.
Can I get a
We're done
luxury-
for the night.
Yes.
Can I get a
Everybody
luxury
gets
forest
2 loot
home?
cards quick before we
Nice.
finish.
Girl.
Can I get a luxury
Oh,
forest?
sweet.
Let's see. Get cards.
What'd you
Your cards.
get?
I got a Darkstone, and I got 250
Woohoo.
bucks.
All right. Instead of me
come
handing
on.
you out stuff, just write those increases directly to your sheet.
I have blood money.
No, I still have
Lame.
because I got my whole
Really?
saddlebag.
Yes, you claimed you
My
claimed
box?
the chest with the 8 Darkstone in it.
I thought I only had
I
6
get it.
Darkstone.
I get an
didn't think I
artifact.
took a full amount.
You maxed out the chest, whatever.
I get an artifact.
Yeah, I do. Well, then I'm
get-
giving my Darkstone. Can I do that now? Give it to Lexi because I can't carry anymore.
You do both.
Let me just claim your stuff quick here,
I get a dark stone.
and then you guys, I'll let you guys trade anything
Where'd
you
my pencil
want.
go?
So 750.
You write in your 100.
So yes, if you just want to give her that right now, you
Yep.
can just give that to
There
her.
you go, Lex.
And then you don't have to write a dark stone on your sheet.
Moogly.
I'm not mousing.
Okay. Anybody have any gear items?
I got
You want to
artifact
give me your
item,
dark
not
stone
a
so
gear.
you won't get
Nope, I
corrupted?
got nothing else.
I do.
Have room
Got my
to carry it?
250.
Yes, then
I'm
you-
handing that back in. I wrote it on my sheet, right?
Yep.
Mine says draw a
How much
gear
is
And mark your
card.
wounds that you off your health.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
did.
nice.
I got
Mine
6
says
wounds.
draw a gear card.
I had
You
4,
got
now I
6
got
health.
2 more. So I had
One.
No, that's not how it works. It's your health.
If we go through
Max
the
health.
world in another world,
So
anything
I'm
we
just putting my
find
minus
there
down here,
would
so I
count
only
as an
actually
artifact.
have
Alright,
4
so
No,
health.
it's right here. Current health.
Oh,
So
okay.
you just took minus
We're
2
not in
Right.
another
to what your
world.
current health
Okay,
was.
so
So
now
you
I'm
don't-
Artifacts are rare in our world,
So
but
don't.
if you
So I don't need
go
to
to
have that
another
there?
world,
Yeah.
each time is an
That's not where
artifact
that goes.
because they're as
When
When I
common
say
as
what's your
one.
health, it's at 5, which is half, which
I'm
means
doing
you're
terrible
really
with the
hurt.
money.
So if you
Yeah.
want to use a bandage now, go buy some. That would be a good thing to do.
You
You don't want to go to the next town already being half health, or you're going to die soon.
What will bandage give me?
Did you add your
Just
200
what it says. Right
Here
there.
I
are
believe you
3
roll a d6
dark
and you'll
stone
heal.
cluster.
No.
I mean, I
Okay.
wondered how much it heals
Were
me.
these all yours, Lex?
No, they were
Oh,
given
no,
to me
I
by
see.
Bandage.
this. I got
This
one,
card is
she got one, and then
D6.
mom got that one.
Did she roll a D3 to get this?
Yes.
4 energy.
So you have a dark stone and you have 2
I
dark
gave her
stone.
my dark stone. to
So you have
carry.
3 dark
So,
stone.
I
Is that
roll
right?
dice
Yes.
and it tells
All right.
me how
And
many.
then here's
What do
the
you got,
I
Clay?
got 100 and I wrote that in.
Okay.
Now
I
this
get rid of
says
3
draw a
wounds.
gear
Yeah.
card
Okay.
or an artifact card if I'm in another world.
You're not
Right.
in
So
the-
everybody wrote down their money, right?
Yes.
Lex, I need you to roll 3 corruption
7, 8.
hits.
So I'm up to 8, right?
wait, 3?
Or
You have 3 dark stone, right?
Earth
that are
Dimension
not in your
C
bag?
137.
Or are you putting any in your bag?
I don't have room, but I can carry it.
Okay, so you're carrying 3 dark stone, right?
Did you say?
Yeah.
All right, and then you need to use your willpower
What is
against
the
that.
price sheet? How much does
From a
bandages
TV
cost?
I got a
Bandages
I,
are $50 each.
plus 3, so I got a lot.
You can buy them from campsites.
No, those are
I
the
can
plus
buy them
3s.
now or no?
So
Oh.
Not
Yes,
right
and
now.
then she would
When
have
we
two.
all
Whoops.
spread out,
so
to
you
do our
succeeded at
things,
2 out of the 3.
When we stay
Oh, so I
together,
only
we
have
go to
one
the
corruption.
campsite.
So you take one
$200
corruption.
in
Add it to your current corruption.
Me?
I have the most like endurance to corruption.
You have the highest willpower to save against corruption. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
the least likely to get corrupted.
Correct.
first.
100 each, right?
Here you go.
No, is that? Yeah, that's 100 each, right?
Yeah, that's
Yes.
$200
I make-
total.
Now
My
keep
body
in
is
mind,
still there.
like at the end of the next adventure, when we roll for Darkstone corruption, if you still have 3 Darkstone on you, you'll roll 3 corruption.
We can
hits
buy
on you.
another box.
I
Yeah,
thought
you
she
could
had a
buy
special bag where she could
I
carry.
can only carry 5 in it, but I
It's
can
full.
use the ones I'm holding also as stuff. So I
Is
don't have
it
to
full
put
now?
Yeah.
Okay. Because
All
I
right.
don't have any room in mine.
You have a gear card and an artifact card, right? Roll a D100, both of you.
You roll this.
I closed my bag.
You roll the 2 top shaped.
I want to see what
Yeah,
I
I
can
know.
get.
I just gotta get the bag open.
62.
These all back up again.
There's,
Out of 45.
here you go. What would I get? 37. What else?
Duh.
75.
No, this one.
5.
Okay, AJ, you rolled a what?
45.
58.
And what'd you roll?
94.
65.
For gear, right?
90.
Artifact.
99.
Okay.
I think we leveled up. Wink, wink.
That's
I don't
nice.
think any of us can handle the leveling
I can. I'm
I just
going
sort of
to
can
win.
somebody.
How many combat do you have when you attack as a bear?
Me? 2.
No.
Oh.
Is it plus 1?
That's why you're not leveling up.
Oh, it's 1.
Because if I have to answer
get all
questions
mixed
and
up.
you're not nailing everything,
So,
that means you're not
one-
proficient yet in your current skills.
1
We'll
combat,
never
2
level up.
strength, and 5.
I'm not making the game more complicated if we can't handle the complications now. That's what you find on one of the bandits there.
Golden
The
right.
guy fell off the roof. He just stole his rifle.
Yay!
And AJ,
That's a good gun.
Can I
I gotta
eat
write
some of
this
the?
in somewhere.
Can I eat
And
some
your
of the bodies
weapons.
for
Yeah,
healing?
here.
Get some of there.
Can
You
you?
write it under
Is
here,
that something
and you
your
also
bear
write
heals?
it under
Eating
range.
dead people's bodies.
No, I'm just
Oh.
because I'm a carnivore right now. I mean, I could clean up the place.
It would still technically be cannibalism.
I'm still a bear.
Which one of these does it go under?
It goes. You write the whole thing
Okay,
here.
so are we
everything,
still
and
sorting
you write
things out,
this
Jim?
stuff in these slots.
So that's
A 1.
Give me a second.
Yeah, that's fine. I just
Draw
wanted
a
to know
dash.
whether I could take the dog out to the bathroom.
And then a 1.
I don't want to do
I mean,
that
2.
until we're
two
finished here.
hands there.
Yeah, it's a 2-handed weapon. And a 1.
That's
Yeah.
Because it has 1 upgrade slot.
All right, AJ. You find on one of the bandits in his pocket a little bag that has
Swamp fungus.
Isn't that the stuff that scared you?
What the heck?
Discard to heal a d6 wounds and d6 sanity.
Can I have that?
Literally taking swamp mushrooms and eating them.
but they're the most powerful healing swamp mushrooms there are around.
I'll take one.
They're like the oh crap I'm gonna die swamp mushrooms.
So, like, if I still had all that wounds, I would want to use that.
This has got to be one of the dumbest things you could ever do in the Wild West. You know,
Those are side bag tokens, so you have to have room for them in order to use them. Or
Yeah.
make trade stuff out of your side bag.
It's not even in here.
Alright.
So you got
Jim's
room in
bag
there?
of goodies.
Yeah.
Don't we all get something that we rummage through dead bodies from?
Oh, from all of you rummaging through the dead bodies and combined with the sheriff's thank you, you guys each get another 200 gold.
Everybody?
Yep,
I think you mean 2,000.
I think I meant 200.
Yeah, you meant 600.
You can buy a box.
Nice, I'm at 950.
Like, I would waste my money on a box.
Buy some bandages then.
I already have a bag. Can I upgrade my bag?
You need to buy yourself some bandages.
Yeah, if at this point everybody doesn't have at least 1 or 2 bandages in their side bag, they're gonna.
Can we buy them now?
We'll do the shopping thing next time.
Oh, okay.
I
So
can get.
We'll start in
$200
Fringe at the
200, he said, right?
We finally found some Western drugs.
You still have 8
Why would you
Darkstone.
get-
Lexi has 3.
yeah, we can
3
actually
that
buy
she's
some
carrying.
good things
Yeah, if
now.
you guys want to buy things,
We
with
can buy
Darkstones,
good things
It's
now.
like a
At
mushroom
the
and
Indian
whiskey
Trading
combined
Post,
in one.
some of them was like 8
mushroom.
Darkstone
It's
plus
like
this
a
amount of
bandage and
money
whiskey
for.
combined.
But I'm keeping my
For the-
tail. I'm not getting rid of
For
it.
the spirit
This
bow,
is my
You're not going to go to
lifesaver.
the dock and
Then
have
you need
it
to buy a
cut
box
off.
to carry everybody's
Everyone,
Darkstone
if I
in.
can ride with it, I'm
Buy what?
keeping it.
for the spirit
box
bow
to carry
at
the
the
Darkstone
Indian
in.
Trading Post, it was,
I
I
don't
believe,
know.
over 4,000 for the
We're
spirit
working
bow.
as a group.
4,000
And a few
money.
people learning
Or
Darkstone.
coin,
Oh.
$4,000 plus I think 10 Darkstone.
Oh,
But you get to shoot a
That's
shot.
All right, give me
That's
those
the way
cards
please.
back. The gear
That's
cards, artifact cards,
your-
money cards, and
That's the
the
way-
You wrote your repeating rifle down
do you
in
want
your
us to
weapons
put
as
like
well.
But
this, do
it's
this?
range,
or
it's
no?
like as much
You
as
don't
the
keep our
bandits
things
were.
like
Oh, under
on
here,
our boards like
range
that,
weapon.
Yeah, that's
like this.
because that's a weapon.
If you have
now.
something, AJ, these are yours to keep.